Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity unlike any other. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku after his volcanic island erupted, members of all four nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
My name is Bree, also known as PrettiPixel, and I am playing Shurva, a warrior from the Fire Nation.
I'm Andrew, also go by Lucifer. I'm playing Firebender that goes by Mako Bow.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Oki, a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
I'm Brandon, and I'm Rung-Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hey, I'm Dave, and my character is Al, the airbender from the Air Nomads.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Hello! Everyone wave hello! Hello! Welcome back to the Lost Archives. My name's Owen. It's lovely to see you for the very first time tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. We're here. We're playing Avatar Legends. We're very excited. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic stream. We're trying out a new system. You'll notice to my right, if you're looking at the screen underneath, next to Bree, she's looking at it right now on the stream. We have a new roll system. That's right. Ooh, we're trying a new system. Roll 20. A little bit out of date, so we are trying the Beyond Legends toolkit, which you can find online. Just check it out at beyondlegends.games. It's a way to play Avatar Legends using an online VTT, virtual tabletop. We're giving it a go tonight. They have been super cool, the people behind this. They've actually created a whole playbook, a whole moveset just for Oki, following the adventures from last session. She has a whole special moveset around spirit calming, which was created for the Lost Archives for Oki's character, which we are very honored by. Thank you very much, Beyond Legends team. It's really cool.
Thank you, Beyond Legends.
It's kind of funny because one of the things that we're going to be seeing as time goes on, a little bit of a spoiler, but I've come up with specialist bending styles for everyone and specialist combat technique styles. I'm not leaving you out, Bree, I promise. Unique movesets that I am actually going to email through to these guys to get set up, and I will add them to your character sheets as you earn them. If you earn them.
Coal bending.
Yeah, coal bending, that's it. But actually, Brandon, I've come up with something way better that you're going to be super stoked with, trust me. But yeah, so with slightly different role thing on the side. It's not going to have it's not going to have the avatar names. It's going to have the player names, which is a little bit trickier to manage. I do kind of prefer when it had the player names, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Although the only one who's wrong is Brandon. Everyone else's is correct.
Yeah,
so,
I realised that. Don't worry.
Can you fix that, please, mate? If you could you go into settings and adjust that for me, please?
Terrific.
Whenever I fill out information about a character of mine, it's always just default Dripic. I'm like, wait a second, it's now Rung.
It is now Rung? Okay, cool. Hopefully when you roll again, it will come up and actually be Rung, but we'll have to see. But yeah, there's a really cool overlay that actually lets me see all of their stats, their balance, all of their things, and I can actually just give them fatigue. For example, Mako, unfortunately, has just gained some fatigue then. Sorry, mate. Can I give them fatigue? I can't. I thought I could. Can I shift them? No, I can't, but I can still see their... Ooh. I'm seeing a blood moon occur now. I don't know how I did this. We warned you. What is this? I'm really confused. I don't know what I've done. Oh, well, we'll figure it out later.
You now have superpowers because I'm
Maybe.
very down for that.
Al's just giving himself a whole bunch of fatigue and then taking it away. Good on you, Al. You're a
I was
good
doing
boy.
different patterns.
Lots
It was
of
pretty,
uploads
pretty.
arrived.
Well, that's fun. Okay, cool. But yeah, so we're trying out a whole new system. We'll give it a go, see how it runs. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to be super, super cool. So we're really cool and really keen to get into that. We're also really cool. I stand by that little verbal stuff up there. Thank you, everybody who came
Freudian
and joined
slip.
us. It wasn't a Freudian slip. It was just an accurate statement about who we are as people. Thank you, everybody who came and joined us for our Tyranny of Dragons stream last night. Again, Huge shout out to Haz and Tom, who've been rejoining us as the guest characters Baldur and Akani. Really, really fun session. I do recommend checking it out. Last night was particularly funny. We had some very fun interactions with some Ettins, which are two-headed giants. That was a lot of fun. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. But tonight is all about Avatar Legends, so I better do a quick recap, unless anyone else has any other fun news to share. Oh wait, there is one piece of fun news to share. We have an IMDb page. So I
We're all
think,
paid actors now.
yeah, paid.
It is what it is.
So I'm still trying to figure out what happened here. I think I've narrowed it down. I think Podbean, who actually hosts the podcast, huge shout out to you guys, thank you very much. I think it might have been Podbean who did this. I'm not sure. But we hit 10,000 downloads, and then all of a sudden I got a notification saying that, there's this IMDb profile's being created, please click on this link. And I obviously looked at the email, I'm not clicking on that fucking link, and I deleted it. And then I sort of thought for a moment, I was like, it's a really weird scam, and so hyper specific. I might just Google it. I'm not gonna click on the link, I'm not an idiot, but I'll Google it and quickly check. Lo and behold, we have an IMDb page. Mind blown. Thank you so much, whoever did that. If it was Podbean, massive thank you. If it was some member of the community, again, massive thank you. I uploaded a couple of photos to add to it because it looks like we can add to stuff. So I'm going to just chuck up a whole bunch of character art. I'll make sure we go through and put the episode titles in as well. But for the moment, it looks like every single person who's been part of the Lost Archives has actually been credited, including guest characters. So massive shout out. Thank you so much, whoever set that up. We really appreciate it. Shreepy's saying no worries. I don't think it was Shreepy though.
It definitely wasn't.
No, I didn't think so. I'm blown away. I didn't know that you could just do this. Is this something you can do? Can you just make an IMDb page, or does it have to be legit?
I don't know. Everyone
looks confused. I don't know. I'm learning a lot.
I googled it. You can make one, but it has to be vetted. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, we're learning something new. Look, whoever it was, massive thank you. We really appreciate it. And it's nice for us to have on our resumes and CVs. I'm an actor on IMDb. You can check out my IMDb profile here if you wish. That's crazy. Thank you for that. Much obliged.
No guy.
All right, we should jump in and do a bit of a recap. Let me do that now. Our story has been following Shurva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Oki of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. The children of important ambassadors of each of the four nations, they've been attending a historic summit at the Beifong Estate. With the recent death of Avatar Roku following the eruption of his volcanic island home, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. The team are currently in the Northern Water Tribe, Oki having been called back home to begin her training as a seer with another waterbender, Akila. Things have gone somewhat awry, however. Akila was unveiled as a bloodbender, working for a dark spirit, and the tribe has been under attack from a fox spirit. Pretty classic waterbender stuff. Despite Akila betraying the party and attempting to sacrifice Mako to open the sealed portal at the North Pole, Aal has been working hard to redeem him. Akila, now regretting his choices and wanting to make amends, led the group across the sea ice. Mako now leaving Shurva behind yet again, to an old temple once important to the Water Tribe for communing with spirits. Arriving at the temple, Aal noticed a boat tied up to a neighbouring iceberg and discovered Oki and Ahini were there fixing up Oki's old outpost. Deciding not to involve someone specifically trained to deal with spirits, Aal headed back to the group to enter the temple and specifically deal with some spirits. Looking in through the broken down doors of the temple, the group were a little apprehensive to just walk on in. So instead, Aal pushed Mako inside, the door rising from the ground and sealing him in as the fox spirit formed itself from white-blue flame in front of him. With Oki, Ahini, Kurok and Shurva arriving just in time to see this happen, the group went into rescue mode. With Rung and Oki using their combined bending and strength to push the doors open once more, Shurva and Aal were able to use Shurva's insanely long whip to pull Mako out of harm's way. Not a euphemism. Utilising their training and Aal's closeness with the spirits, the group were able to calm the fox spirit and return it to the spirit wilds for good. Exploring the temple, they discovered on one of the upper floors a series of 4 shrines depicting what seemed to be important locations at each of the 4 kingdoms, or the 4 nations across the world of Avatar. With one spirit dealt with, the Arctic fox spirit of the north, the group have now turned their eyes towards the air nomads and some sort of flying bison spirit associated with the air nomads in some important location in amongst the air temples. Not really knowing where to go next, but knowing that they need to start looking for this spirit, the group have, I think, somewhat decided that potentially the Northern Air Temple is the closest point to gain more information that they need to progress. Arriving back at the Water Tribe and taking a short rest, preparing themselves for the journey ahead, we now rejoin the group in the morning as they prepare to set off for the Northern Air Temple. Now, before we do that, we're going to do a growth and advancement. Normally, you're supposed to do these at the end of every single session, but I'm an asshole, and I make them wait for important character development moments when they've completed a task of great significance, not just fucking made it through to the end of a 2-hour session. That's not enough. So, we're going to... Exactly. We're going to go through these questions. There are questions that everyone answers, and then specific questions to each of your playbook. So, the general questions we're going to answer as a group, we'll go through first. Did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? Big fucking yes. Absolutely. Did you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem? Again, big fucking yes. Absolutely. Did you guide a character towards balance or end the session at your center? Now, this one's a little bit harder because not all of you are going to be answering yes to this. Oki, yes. Al, yes. You guided Aquila back towards center. When he was unbalanced, you were the one who guided him back towards balance again.
Aww.
So yes, absolutely. Without your input, Aquila may have remained... Well, he's still a bit of a bad guy, I guess, but like, at least not like...
He's an anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero. He's an anti-hero. Yeah, so that was absolutely a yes for Al. Absolutely a yes for Oki. Mako, it's a big fat no for you. You spent most of the last few sessions guiding people away from their balance.
Yeah.
And sleeping.
And sleeping.
And sleeping.
Yeah,
I
that's
do
much
take
better.
a lot of naps, it's true.
Yeah. Oki, yes, you did. Shurva. Not sure, probably not. And Rung, I don't know if you did. Sorry, buddy. Argue your
No
case.
dirt in this area.
Okay.
I usually
In that case, then we're going to go to your specific playbook questions because some of you already answered 4, but we'll go through the playbook questions anyway. So let's start with Shurva. Your playbook is the Guardian. What does your Guardian playbook have as your question?
Did you pursue a desire or goal of your own outside of protecting others?
That's a good question. I think... Oh, let's have a bit of a think. Can you think of any examples off the top of your head?
I wouldn't.
I'm trying to remember when the last growth question was to see how much time between.
So the last time you guys did a growth question was back in the Earth Kingdom. So this whole Water Tribe arc has been one contained unit. So I've kind of been containing them into these little areas, almost like little...
Did we not do one after the serpent pass?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that was in the Earth Kingdom.
Island.
Oh, okay, yeah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, that was in the Earth Kingdom. So now this whole Northern Water Tribe self-contained little unit. It's been about 4 episodes, and that's how we sort of contained it in. And we're doing a great... Oh, it's actually probably been about 5. That's a good question. Shurva, you did kind of go against the group's decisions, especially Oki's, when it came to killing Aquila. You weren't so keen on that idea. You were probably the one who was the most vocal, along with Al, I would say, was the most vocal against hey guys, maybe let's not just flat out murder this dude. Why was that? Was that for Shurva's reasons? Was that, I guess that's kind of following Shurva's own morality there a little bit. I would have thought from what you were saying. So...
A little bit of morality and a little bit Shurva had a thing for Aquila.
Oh, I didn't know about this.
There
that's a desire. If you desired him, then...
there was a part where Shurva was nearly tempted by Aquila to take him on and join him. Take him on as her ward and join him. But he never actually got a chance to say the words because we were in the middle of a fight and someone else's turn went before his.
Then I'm going to give you a yes, because if you were tempted by Aquila, that is absolutely pursuing your own goals. That is absolutely not going with the group dynamic.
Yeah, no.
Aquila is in chat right now. His dog stepped on a bee. He thanks you for not killing him, and it's just his natural good looks, apparently. Yeah. Oki, you have changed your playbook. I should have said. So we have actually, in light of the recent character progression that Oki has gone through, we had a bit of discussion. Oki's playbook has changed. No longer is she the bold. You are now playing the icon.
The icon.
The icon.
The balance sheet much better sort of fits Oki's kind of character and growth and stuff.
Absolutely. The icon, I think, is a really good match for Oki. Coming from ancient
Role
tradition.
versus freedom.
Exactly. Yeah. It's brilliant. It's I think it specifically says comes from an ancient tradition and inherited some serious standards to live up to. Play the icon if you want to be torn between your heart and your destiny. I cannot think of a better match for Oki given the character development we've been through. So Oki, what is your special question?
The special
You've got 2
question
questions.
is now... No, just one, I think. Did
End
you
of
accomplish
session.
a feat? I've only got one here.
Oh, that's okay. Because I can see here at the end of the session.
Worthy of your burden and tradition. That's the only one I've got.
Did you accomplish a feat worthy of your burden and tradition? Well, did you manage to calm the fox spirit of the Northern Water Tribe, or of the Water Tribe, I should say?
She did with Al's help.
Look, as a group, you guys did accomplish this, and you did learn to calm spirits. That, I mean, in terms of like your tradition, you are supposed to become the seer. You're supposed to learn these things. You did learn how to do that. You've now added that as a move.
I think it is a yes.
I will give that a yes. Alrighty. Next up is Brandon. You are playing the Guardian as well. Yes.
Guardian.
Did you pursue a goal or desire of your own outside of protecting others? Yes, I don't think you spent much time protecting Al. I think it's fair to say. Most of the last few sessions.
Protecting's very loose with mucking around with.
Yeah, he was just there. If anything went wrong, I'm sure he would have stepped in, right?
We just bro out, you know. If we just keep causing mischief together, like, we're naturally going to take care of each other.
Yeah. Do you look? I'm open to if you wanted to have a read through the other playbooks, because there's a lot of new playbooks and they've been expanded and changed around a little bit. If you wanted to have another new playbook and have a bit of a read through, which one you think matches Rung more appropriately, given Rung's character growth and development, because you could have started off as a Guardian, but as time's gone on, Rung has grown and changed. Let me know.
And now you're shit.
I was just gonna say,
to be honest, I did start off my protecting Al as throwing a rock at him, so I think I've been a terrible Guardian from the start.
No, it was a communication rock.
I think that's why it was the communication rock.
The one I was looking at was the hammer, just so you know. Can I read it out to you just to give you an idea? Strong, tough, and looking for a deserving face to punch. Play the hammer if you want to grapple with what force can and can't solve. Just want to put that out there. It's like basically Rung's entire approach to this campaign.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. We won't switch it across tonight because it's going to be a bit of a ball ache. But when we'll have a chat afterwards and we'll create a new character. We'll delete this version of Rung and create a new one as with Rung as the hammer.
You can still be bros.
Exactly. You can still be bros. Al, you are playing the
bold.
The bold. So your growth question is: did you express vulnerability by admitting you were wrong, or that you should have listened to someone you ignored? I don't know.
I'd say you did.
Do you reckon?
You admitted that you were wrong by pushing Mako into the cave.
Yeah.
Has he apologized for that?
Yeah,
He didn't apologize, but he admitted he was wrong.
Did he?
Yeah, he said he was wrong, man. Like, he should have done it.
Oh,
He didn't apologize.
Then that's a big thing.
That could be a version of an apology.
Do
Do you know what's funny? In my mind, I just don't see Dave being sorry for that, so I struggle to see Al being sorry for
Oh, yeah, no.
I would be very sorry for that. I didn't know the door was going to close.
He was like, I fucked up. Would I do it again? Yes, but I fucked up.
Well,
That's right.
you
Okay, I
wouldn't
remember
have
this
if
now.
You knew the door was going to close.
Oh, yeah, I mean, who could have thought?
He also admitted he was wrong about the sled on the way back because that was terrible. He just kind of like complained about nerve.
I don't know if you showed I'm going to give you the yes. I don't know if that specifically counts as showing vulnerability by going, my ass is sore because of this cold sled bumping me about. I don't know if that counts, but I will allow it. And last, and certainly not least, we've got Mako. Mako, your playbook is the... I can't remember. You the Adamant?
The Idealist.
Idealist! That's right. Has a past full of suffering and tragedy that strengthen their beliefs. Play the Idealist if you want to awaken the hope in everyone around you. Have you been living up to that, do you reckon? Have you been eliciting hope, or have you been destroying hope?
Can he get a new playbook too?
Maybe.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were different, like, now I'm looking through some others.
Okay.
Seeing what there is.
For tonight, we're going to go with the playbook that you've been going with.
But the balance is actually pretty good, though. It's action and forgiveness.
Action and forgiveness. Okay, that's true. So your personal growth question is, did you improve the lives of a community of average citizens or help an ordinary person with their problem? Yes, you did. Big fat yes. Easy peasy. All right, beautiful. Let's get into the game. So you can take your...
You need 4, yeah?
Yeah, it's 4 yeses. So all of you have achieved 4 yeses if I've been keeping my math correctly.
Nope.
Did you not? Yeah, you did.
It used to only be 3.
Oh.
For it to be 4, we have to answer yes to everything, and we didn't finish with our balance. So.
Oh, because I cannot do the balance one.
For each yes mark growth, when you have mark... Oh, no. Yeah, true. Okay. Yeah, sorry.
It's so
in that
far,
case,
like...
in that
the
case,
Roll20 page used to only have 3, but this one has 4.
But it's updated. It's 4 now. Sorry, guys.
That's probably why it's at the end of every session, because it takes up there.
Do you know what? Maybe I will start doing it at the end of every session. If it's going to be this intense. maybe I
Ogie
should.
levels up anyway.
Yeah, Oki's fun. And I think Al does
question.
too.
Yeah, I think so. Oki still gets to keep Bolter, right? I hope so.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Bolto doesn't
Yeah.
just vanish. I'm not a dick.
I've taken Yip Yip as well.
And also Snap.
I'm not sure if that is relevant to later on, but I still had the question for the animal companion, so I've kept him.
Exactly. So for the upgrades, you can take a new move from your playbook. You can take a new move from another playbook, up to 2 for each of those. You can raise a stat by 1, but it's a maximum of +2 in any given stat, just so that you know you can't go above 2. You can shift your center 1 step, or you can unlock your moment of balance, if you wish. And there's also special things you can do as well. If you've had training in a certain technique, we can go through and improve the techniques and things like that. But that's sort of more if you're getting training on it. Oki, you've kind of already got that with your special spirit calming technique. That is kind of what you've achieved, because you have learned a new technique as a result of the playthrough, and you have now mastered that technique. You roll that with skills and training, not with luck.
Mastered.
What was that? Sorry.
Hell yeah, mastered. I'll take
Yes.
that.
So that's your improvement with growth. That's what you get as part of your. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
I think I'm being very fair with that.
That's more than fair.
I think that's very fair. All right, let's get into the session then.
Can I do my protector's burden as well?
Yes, of course you can.
Sweet. So this is meant to be at the beginning of every session as well, in theory. Taking a +1 for each yes. Do you believe your ward listens to you more often than not?
That's up to you.
I'm trying to think of any time that he's actually listened.
Yeah, that's a tricky one.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
He listened when we got him out with the whip.
Not really. He still wanted to attack it.
What's this?
Have you listened to me more
Yes.
often than not?
Yeah,
I heard you out.
That's the key. I think.
More often, okay.
Listened but didn't take on what I
Look.
was saying.
The one with the sled, I only didn't listen to you because you weren't actually here. I haven't attacked the fire spirit since with the first time.
I think that was more a collective group of people yelling at you than
telling you
just
not
me.
to do it.
Yeah, so I learned from that. What else have you told me?
What's the next question? Let's come back to that. Then. I'll have a bit of a think. while
Let's
you
go
keep
back.
going.
Have
come
you
back to
recently protected them or helped them with a problem?
Yes.
I've absolutely
Easy
protected
yes.
you.
Yeah, easy yes.
And helped you kill a fox wolf
Yep.
thing that we don't talk about because I didn't kill it. And is there an immediate threat to your ward? I mean, that's what the whole campaign's about.
I'd give that a yes. Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be, but
No, Andrew hijacked that.
My bad, y'all.
I had very different plans. So then in that case, you've got two yeses. Do you need all 3?
It's just take a +1 for each yes.
Okay. Probably, I'm with you, Bree. I don't think he's listened to you more often than not. Actually, I think if being very generous, it's balanced. Being very accurate, he's not listened to you more often. I think.
I don't think
They've
so.
been once.
Yeah. No.
Like, I'm pretty sure when we were on the ice fighting the 2 spirits, I told him to stay behind the ice wall and he went running off after the fox from memory.
Yeah.
I
See
peeked
what I
around
mean?
the corner to have a look.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay. Then the fox came and attacked me. I didn't attack it. It came and attacked me.
And then I'm pretty
But did-
sure Aquila attacked you too. Just
Yeah,
like,
everyone
but did
attacked
you
me.
stay hidden like I told you? No, you didn't.
No, look.
Um,
I had a quick peek. I was curious.
And then I have to roll. But I don't know what I'm supposed to roll. It doesn't actually say on here. At the beginning of the
Your
session, roll
flyer's
taking a
modifier.
+1. I think that's just a normal roll.
I can have a quick
Oh,
look, and I
that's a
can
miss.
tell you. Oh dear. Okay.
No, please tell me what I'm actually supposed to roll.
Yeah, so you just roll 2d6 and then you add however many that you've been given. However many
So that's
pluses
just-
you've got.
The 2 little dice next to stats.
Exactly. So you roll
Okay,
those and
that's
you got 1 plus
4.
1.
Plus 2 is 6. So nothing.
Yep.
Because on a 7 to 9, you hold 1, and I got 6.
I'm very sorry about that. That's
That's fine.
that's a real shame. So, you get.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, there's another part that never used to be there. On a miss, you're drifting apart on different paths. By the end of the session, you must choose one. Decide you're the only one who can keep them safe. Shift your balance twice towards self-reliance and keep them as your ward. Or decide they can handle life without your protection. Shift your balance twice towards trust and switch your ward to a new person.
How are you sitting? I guess, yeah. Potentially, you might need to be switching a new ward.
Ugh.
I'd
Okay.
recommend
Do you want to
it.
shift your balance? Do you think you're
Well,
the only one who
I-
can keep him
Ward.
safe?
I have until the end of the session to decide. So,
Yes, that's true.
if I shift towards self-reliance and keep him as my ward, I'm at a +3. Like I am all the way on that side.
Oh dear.
Isle and Oki are hot property right now. Just saying. Snap them up.
It's true.
Snap them up.
Okay, that never used to be there. That's really scary.
Yeah, there's been some updates since the full version came out. So, or at least the Kickstarters. So yeah, that's
That's
gonna
what
be
you
fun.
get for not listening to me.
That's fair.
He's not even worried about it. He doesn't give a shit. Alrighty, let's jump into the session. All of you awaken the next morning having had probably fairly dreamless sleep for the most part. Occasionally images of the previous day flashing through your minds. Probably, Mako, that moment where Aal pushes you into the temple probably comes back in a bit of a nightmare, but this time rather than Aal pushing you into the temple, it's your dad. But he's got Shurva's face. That's really weird, and you don't know what to make of that. Rung, you just dream of coal as per normal. It's just you're down in the mines, there's lots of coal around you, and then you do a Scrooge McDuck into a big old pile of coal, just start swimming around. It's great. Aal, you do have a bit of a dream. You dream of the ice and the snow, the barren wasteland of the north. You dream of the spirit portal, this sealed dome of energy, the northern lights flying high above. But you don't feel cold. A blizzard howls around you, but the air splits for you, makes space, the snow giving way. This little pocket of warmth that you stand in feels comfortable. You feel good. You feel peaceful. And then as you turn to walk away from the snow, you see the ocean move beneath your feet as you fly across the landscape. The area around you blurring into this motion behind you, and suddenly you're standing in front of the mountain pass that leads up to the Northern Air Temple. You see kites flying high above, other airbenders, monks like yourself, enjoying the warm wind, enjoying the warm updrafts of wind coming from the valley, playing almost in the mountain air. This place seems peaceful, timeless even. Suddenly you start to feel quite homesick. For your people, for Monkey Atso, for your friends, your adopted family, the air nomads. Then you awaken. Still not cold, despite the freezing winds, despite the ice around you. You awaken to find you're not even wrapped in furs. During the night, you've kicked them off. You're just lying in your undergarments, orange and red robes piled up neatly next to you. You still don't feel cold. You feel comfortable. You feel good. As the rest of you awaken, you can see that Kurok has come back in the early morning with plates of food for all of you. A lot of fruits, cut fruits that look to be, for Oki, very similar. You know that these are mostly harvested from the gardens around the spirit portal. Sorry, not around the spirit portal, around the koi pond, this little oasis hidden behind the main palace. And also from under the ocean. There are a number of plants under the sea that can produce fruits as well. There's a type of fruit that comes from a branching kelp that's quite similar to apples, a bit saltier, but otherwise good. And it looks like
kelp apples. I mean, who doesn't have them?
Kelp apples, exactly. And it looks like kelp has it looks like Kurok has brought in a bit of a selection of fruits for you, as well as some dried fish as well and some bread. You all enjoy breakfast. For Oki, probably knowing that you're leaving again, the breakfast, I guess, would taste a little bit sweet. I get the sense Oki doesn't love the Northern Water Tribe too much from what you've said previously. Fair to say, I can see you nodding. Yeah, you find yourselves sort of preparing for the journey ahead. Before too long, Ahini emerges as well. pushing in through the flap inside the hall of the seer, the tent flap that set up these furs lining the walls. Pushes in, runs up to you, Oki, and gives you a big hug. You ready to go? I've said goodbye to most people. I think we're ready to rock and roll, hey?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, do we have all the provisions? I mean, did we end up convincing the boatmaster to give us a boat?
We might not need to do that. Turns out that no, we're not going to need to do that either. Some traders from the Northern Air Temple are actually here today. I mean, we haven't seen them for about 2 months, yet they've come back. Some air nomads. I feel like this is fate.
Damn divine timing again.
Air nomads?
Yeah. There's a bunch of them down in the market square. They said they'd been called here. They'd felt some shift in the spirit wilds, and they've come to have a bit of a look around.
I'm just gonna go for a walk, guys. It's not still blizzarding, is it?
No. It's been quite calm tonight.
Cool. I'm gonna go for a fly, stretch my wings, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit.
Rung's just like
We'll
smashing
see
some
you there.
fried fish, and he just says to Al, like, "Can you be a nomad in a group? Is that like an oxymoron? A moronoxy?"
No. We
that
call it
works.
plural nomads.
Oh, nomads. Nomadi? Nomadi. I'll think about this. And he just gets back to eating fish, confused more than ever.
He sort of looks over at Rung and goes, I don't think he knows what nomads means. He does know that means that they move around, right? They don't have like a set home. Does he? Okay. Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Just leave it.
He looks up for a second, like, huh? Fish falling out. Huh.
I'm assuming like Chirpy's like sticking out of your shirt, just going like, yeah.
Oh, 100%. Just like got some seed, just scattered it all on the table. He's just running around the table.
Yeah, Chirpy sort of like claws scrabbling on the table, like moving about really quickly as Chirpy like tries to eat all this seed as quickly as possible, cheeks bulging with the seed, and then swallows it down. This tiny little sparrow dog, a sparrow corgi, I think.
Chirpy have the face of a dog?
No, Chirpy has the beak and head of a sparrow, the body of a dog.
And the body of a dog.
Wouldn't
why
it be
it's so
cuter if it had the
terrifying.
face of a dog? Yeah, exactly.
I can never remember
Dog
which
body,
part
no
is the
face.
dog.
Chirpy's perfect, and I will hear no word against him.
Just remember,
Sure.
Chirpy has a bird brain,
Chirpy.
and you'll be alright.
He's half a hippogriff.
Chirpy's
He's a
like
tiny hippogriff.
Ra, but less majestic.
Yeah, and he's got the sparrow tail, little tucked sparrow wings against his body that are way too small to fly, and then these like 4 cute dog legs. I think I originally said bird legs, but they're horrifying claws, and I've changed my mind. They're just cute puppy paws. Chirpy needs a little
You're
better.
just changing the description every time I draw a terrifying version of Chirpy.
It's got to be cute puppy paws because I'm always holding him in my jacket. So
Yeah.
if it was claws.
Yeah, every time. Korok looks at each of you, sort of gives Al a bit of a nod, and Al, as you head out, turns back towards the rest of you. I just wanted to say it has been an honor meeting each and every one of you, and I thank you
Don't
for
need to
this.
lie to me. It's fine.
Okay, it has been an honor meeting most of you. No, he doesn't say that. No, Mako. I think that while your intentions, while your choices have been somewhat concerning, I think your intentions have always been pure. I do not think you meant for any harm to occur, and I can respect your. I was going to say your decisions. I can't respect your decisions. I can respect where your decisions have come from.
Okay. Thank you.
But like, I would try not to lose that pure heart of yours, but also please temper it with a harder head, if possible.
I'm trying.
Pleased to hear it. Good luck for the rest of your journey, and know that you have a friend here in the north, and if you call on me, if you ever need me, I will come. Yeah, and I will too, Korra. Come on, why make such a big deal of it? Ahini says. I'm just being formal and polite. Thank you, each of you. It has been a pleasure. Shurva holds out a hand to shake your hand, Shurva. Look after these ones. I think they have more need of it than you do. You seem fairly capable.
Fairly.
Mostly. Fully. You see a bit of a smile on Korok's tanned face as he gives you a bit of a look and then goes, "No, but your head seems to be screwed on the right way. You make decisions based on your head, not just your heart. Mako may not understand how much he needs you and may not listen to you, but he does. And he should. Yes, Mako.
And nudge him in the ribs.
Yep. Rung just goes like, yeah, she's a great leader. It's hard to get in her way for a whip that long. And just goes back to being chirpy.
Korra looks over, not understanding the joke. Looks back at Shurva and looks back at... Yes, she has a long whip, but I do not understand how that fits into her capabilities as a leader.
Normal sized whip.
It's 10 meters long.
Maybe if we
It's
commented on its girth and weight, perhaps that would be a better measure of her. No, he doesn't say that. It is a normal size whip. As you take to the skies, that familiar feeling of freedom, that joy, that rush of air around you comes back. You find yourself cartwheeling around as you move through the sky. After a few moments up in the air, you can see, standing out, contrasting quite nicely against the whites and blues of the ice and the dark blues and furs of the water tribe, the bright orange robes of the air nomads. It looks like there are 4 of them. Sky Bison is basically just chilling out in the harbor, splashing its tail every so often and splashing some water over it and making these sort of low growling noises from the water. Moving through the town, you can see 4 air nomads. They all look to be probably middle-aged to young 40s, maybe late 30s. But again, it's hard to tell with the shaved head. But all full tattoos. It looks like only 2 of them have the kites that match your kite. The rest of them seem to be walking without staves. They are walking around talking to various people. You can see that the water tribe have come out in force to speak with and to greet these air nomads, and they seem to be chatting. And then you notice maybe one of the children down in the street point up at you flying around, and all the air nomads look up and give you a bit of a wave down from below as they see you flying high above, so wheeling around.
I do a bit of a loop-to-doop to just quickly show off and then land in a safe spot near them.
Nice. As you fly down and land up next to them, you can see there are 2 men and 2 women who have come together. You don't recognize any of them immediately. They bow very deeply, hands pressed together as they approach.
Sisters, brothers, hello. I'm Al from the Northern Air Temple.
The older one, a man, sort of a few scars on his cheek and chin that look a bit strange to you, steps forward and bows again.
Al of the Northern Air Temple. I am Pion. It is good to see you. I am from the Southern Temple. How long have you been in the Northern Tribe? We were not expecting other air nomads here.
Me and some friends were on a bit of a pilgrimage at the moment to do some calming, just to see some spirits. How does your journey bring you here, Brother Pion?
We had no idea there were other air nomads here investigating the same situation we were. We had felt a disturbance during our meditation to the spirits. Sensed a disturbance in the force.
No, it doesn't say that. I can see all of you is saying that, mouthing it in the background.
We sensed a disturbance, a feeling of enmity coming from the north. We felt compelled to investigate for the good of all spirits.
So you came here all the way from the south?
No, I was traveling not too far away from the area with my companions here. How rude of me.
I would like you to meet Legshay, the older woman bows. Tianzong, the other man bows. Younger man, you can definitely see as you're a bit closer, he looks a little bit younger actually than you first thought. Maybe even late 20s. As you have a bit of a better look at him. Not that much older than yourself, although even though he has earned his airbending, his air master's tattoos, he definitely still a bit older than you. Probably a more accurate age for someone who has been given their tattoos. And then behind them is a younger woman. Again, not that far off your age. And this is Sundu. She leans forward and goes,
"You can call me Sun for short. Hi. How you doing?"
Nice. Good, thanks, Sun. You're full of energy, aren't you?
Yeah, it's really cold here.
She sort of hugs her sort of shoulders close and pulls her robe around her.
I'll gives her his robe that he doesn't need.
Just so that you know, Al is currently wearing underclothes and then the overrobe. If you were to take off your overrobe, you would just be wearing your underclothes.
Oh, so I'm not wearing my orange stuff.
So you are wearing, your orange robe's over the top, but there's. I
okay,
guess
but
like
I didn't leave in my furs. Is that
no. Yeah, you
okay.
don't. Yeah, because you haven't needed them for at least the last 48, 62 hours. You've not really needed those furs.
Are they wearing furs? They're not wearing furs.
No, but they are wearing extra layers of the airbending robes. You can see that an extra layer of cloak has been tied around their shoulders, and they are also wearing what looks to be padded underclothes to try and buffer against the cold.
Do you still feel the disturbance, Brother Pion, in the spirits?
We were on our way and we could sense the change. We were meditating last night on the back of our sky bison. We noticed that the feeling of enmity was replaced with one of gratitude. Came to see what we could find.
That's great. That's great. Come follow me. I'll take you in where me and my companions are traveling, and I'll introduce you to the previous water seer Tanuk on the way as well. Actually, we did come across the ice spirit fox.
At this, they sort of all pause, and you can see them looking at each other with a bit of confusion. The older woman, Leg Shay, steps forward.
I'm sorry, Brother Al. You described a fox spirit? What did this look like? How many tails did it have?
Look, it had 9. Yes. Why do you seem so concerned?
Again, Leg Shay sort of looks at Pion, and there's a brief moment where they sort of share this moment of just looking in each other's eyes. Pion nods.
Perhaps we should not talk about such things out here in the open.
Yes. That's yeah. Come.
Yes, we will follow. If you would fly on ahead, Pion and I will Leg Shay and I will follow. And, our 2 younger proteges can spend some time exploring the city. How would you like that? You two?
You see Tianzong and Sun sort of look at each other and go,
really not that keen.
I'd rather just go back to the bison. Sun like tugs your shoulders. Nah, Tian, come on, we gotta go check it out. There's so much cool stuff to see. Look how big that archway is. How do you think they built that? Do you reckon they used water bending? Tian sort of looks and goes,
fine, son, just a little bit quieter, please. I've not had enough sleep recently.
You slept for like 12 hours yesterday. I was so bored.
Let's talk about the arch then, come.
Sun grabs him by the back of his shirt and drags him away. Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's have a look.
When you guys are done, come up and meet us at the where are we staying? We're staying at a it's not the hotel. It's not an inn, is it? It's a.
This is great. No, I want to leave Al in this. I don't think Al knows where you're staying.
Is it the previous seer hall?
Yes.
Okay. Yep.
It's the seers hall.
Okay. When you finish, come meet us at the seers hall. It's that way, but if you ask anyone, they'll be able to help you.
Sun isn't even looking. Sun has already started dragging Tian off. Tian looks and goes like, is it the really big one? And he points up at the massive palace that the Seers Hall is next to.
It's the one next to the really big one.
Yeah, that'd be right. He just gets dragged off behind Sun. Pion and Leg Shay pull out their kites, flick them out, and then take off into the air. Interestingly enough, the force of air from them is almost minimal. They are such controlled airbenders. The bending that they do is I mean, you are impressed. Al is impressed that the control they have over the air is amazing as they just straight up into the air. Whereas you need a little bit more of a run up as you stand back, get your kite out, start focusing on airbending, and then run forwards.
I'll wait till they're up, like heading upwards, and like he's behind them and they can't see him, and he starts doing his run up.
Nice.
It's like little. It's like a bowling, like teeny tiny run up to a sprint.
Yeah.
Like a gymnast. Yeah.
I imagine I'll almost like run, skip, and then take off. Amazing. You catch up quite quickly, but I mean, these two are flying perfectly level, perfectly in line with each other. Whereas you're sort of every time a gust of wind comes along, I was like up a little bit, and then gets back down again, and then whereas these guys are controlling the wind very, very precisely. You do notice their breath steaming out of their mouths as they begin moving through the air, but yours isn't. You're comfortable. You're not cold. You're not feeling that cold. It still feels comfortable to you. As you fly down towards the Seers Hall, you can see Ahini and Oki are having a conversation just outside the building. And as you guys are sort of coming in, you can see Ahini's kind of leading Oki away down towards a hill into another section of the town. You're not quite sure where Ahini is taking Oki at this point, but you land in front of the Seers Hall, and Pion and Legshay do a little sort of bow towards Ahini and Oki as they see them walk away, and then look back and go,
Ah, yes, the Seers Hall of the Water Tribe. I have often wanted to visit these established halls. It is said the Seers of the Water Tribe follow the ebb and flow of the spirit wilds, and have the respect for the spirits that we do.
Yeah, look, they do, but I think the Northern Water Tribe have recently had a shift in their culture, and they're moving away from having seers. But I'll tell you, I'll introduce you to Old Man Tanuk, and he can take you through all the politics.
You said you were here with some companions. Are they here also?
That was two of them. There's an Earthbender.
We assumed you were traveling with air nomads.
No, I'm a bit of a nomad from the nomads. No, I got separated from my my group a while ago, and I found these guys. So we've been traveling a bit, and one thing led us to another, and we're just trying to do the right thing in calming the spirit that was here.
Legshay puts a hand on your shoulder.
Brother Arl, it sounds like you have been through some tough times. Are you well?
I'm okay. Yeah. Thank you for asking. It's been a journey. But yeah, no, we're good. We're good. I have made some really good friends, some great friends actually. So
who were you traveling with? If we run into them, we could tell them that we found you, assuming they were worried about you and are searching for you.
I was part of the bus at the Basing Say. Oh my gosh, I'm tongue tied at the moment. Yeah, I was traveling with Sister Taka from the Beifong Estate. Yeah, sorry, I was part of the political party at the Beifong Estate when the maybe Fire Nation attacked / the Dai Li did some shifty things.
Oh mate, I love it. I fucking love it. Pion sort of looks very surprised at this and goes,
You were traveling with Sister Taka. She and I are acquainted. I had many philosophical discussions with Sister Taka. She can be a fierce debater when roused.
She can definitely be a fierce debater. We debate all the time.
You were
I
at
heard
that
she's okay,
location. Right? Yes. All of the delegates are. There was one missing. We heard of a child, a young air nomad who had been lost.
I would say young man, not a child,
dead.
but that would be me. Yes.
Sister Taka will be very pleased to hear of your survival. She had feared that you were dead, that you had been taken or worse.
Oh, that's nice that she would care about me. We were going to go to the Northern Air Temple next, so I was going to check in with Monkey Yatsu while we're there. So,
Legshay sort of smiles as you say Monkey Yatsu.
Oh, are you a student of Monkey Yatsu?
Yeah, no, he's been like, yeah, he's great. He's yeah. I grew up in the Northern Air Temple.
I hear. Monkey Yatsu.
Really? I thought everyone else was just unorthodox.
Teaching. But normally, if everyone else is teaching one way and your master is teaching another, that can help you differentiate between which one is going against the grain.
I haven't.
So Guru Lakshmi has said.
Well, yeah. Well, his methods of teaching resonate very well with me. I believe I am a good student. So, yeah.
I'm sure he will be very pleased to hear that you are safe and well and coming home to the Northern Temple.
Yeah, we have some other things to do, but we'll go there on the way. What are your plans from here?
Well, we were hoping to investigate what happened with the spirit, try and find out. We assumed maybe one of the seers or both the seers had calmed it, but we'd heard that the seers, one had died and one was old. but struggling to train a successor. So we came to offer our aid in this time of great need for the Water Tribe, we thought.
Well, no one died. Just
Oh, so both seers,
we avoid that here.
the previous seers are still alive and well.
One of the seers was gravely injured and will no longer be practicing seering. The one of the ladies that you saw leaving just before, she is the future seer, or well, she was going to be the future seer, but as I mentioned earlier, the Northern Water Tribe have made a shift culturally away from having seers.
Time marches
Mr.
on
Tanook,
and leaves
Mr. Tanook,
tradition.
are you here, Mr. Tanook?
Yes, what is it? An old voice comes out from inside.
Yeah.
Mako and Shurva, you guys were both talking to each other when Tanook sort of emerges. Here's Al calling in. You can hear Al having a bit of this conversation from inside. And then you hadn't quite heard Tanook behind you. And then as he calls out, yeah, what is it? He's like right behind you.
I jump at least like 3 feet.
Yeah. He just pushes past you as you jump in the air, causing you to sort of like stumble and fall a little bit as he just
I
like
nearly
hobbles.
punch him in the face.
Nice. He's not even aware as he hobbles towards the entrance, pulls the curtains open.
Yes, what do you want? Oh, you brought some friends, Airbender.
Oh no, they're first time meeting them actually. They were just down here and they sense a disturbance in the spirit worlds, and we're coming to investigate. This is Brother Payan and Sister Legshay. This is Master Seer Tanook, also likes to be called just Tanook. And
No. Tanook. My name is Tanook. I am no longer the seer. The decision was made this morning. The Water Tribe will no longer have seers. The position is now permanently vacated.
Payon gives a bit of a sad smile at this.
I am very sorry to hear that. We always had great respect for the Water Tribe and its seers. It is sorry to hear that you will be forced to turn your back on the spirits yet again. We are sorry.
Well, I don't plan on going anywhere. Just because I won't be doing it officially doesn't mean I won't be doing my job. Although I have to say, the arthritis is making it a bit tricky to do some of the more complex techniques. I was hoping to train up some replacements, but unfortunately one of them turned out to be a backstabbing bloodbender, and the other one, free-spirited wildling.
Bloodbender?
Nothing you need to worry about. Come on in, you lot. Come on in. Get out of the cold. Come in.
And Tanook holds the curtains wide open. Shurva, Rung, and Mako, you guys are just inside while this is
We're
happening.
just chilling.
They're just like probably sitting down, warming yourselves by the fire, probably thinking through where your next move is. There is a map of the world up on the wall behind you. It's very Water Tribe oriented. You notice the North and South poles are like 4 times the size that you're used to seeing on maps like this. As you look, you're like,
Data projection.
I don't think this
So
is
it's like an
accurate."
American map.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Rung's looking at it just with terror, like that's a lot of no Earth. This entire thing sucks.
Yeah, and as you're looking, it's like the Earth Kingdom is just called Dirtland, and you're like, that doesn't seem right. No.
Got more than dirt there. You got rock
And coal.
And coal.
and
No,
tons
no.
of coal.
You can see that the Northern Air Temple is really quite close, according to this map. Anyway, it's only like a day or 2 journey. Like it's right there. It's just sort of looking over this map. Oh yes, you go.
How far does the tropical islands that we came through on the way here far away do they look? Just like
they
as
look-
a reference.
They look a bit further away actually. Yeah. No, wait, they look even closer as you look. You're like, no, they're like right there.
Okay, so like going off that, can I like say like, well, if that's how far I think that is, how far away the air temple is?
You get the sense that it's more than a day or 2. This is going to be a bit more of a journey.
Okay, cool.
Especially by boat. This is going to take you guys a couple of days.
Cool.
Because you guys don't know yet about the airbenders.
No.
Into the room strides 2 airbenders you do not recognize. Both in their mid-40s, early 40s at the latest. Both with the shaved heads of the air nomads. The woman has the head and shaved back, but then hair sort of down and pulled back away. But the top of the head and the forehead are clear. Both dressed in long, flowing orange robes. The man has a number of scars along his face and neck. Almost it looks like a claw mark has taken a chunk out of his chin. But they both seem to be sort of smiling warmly as they step in, bowing gracefully. And as they see each of you there, they bow in turn. Sort of to not really knowing who you are, but providing you with some polite behavior.
I
Anyway.
bow back.
Do you do like what sort of bow are we talking? Like the Fire Nation stiff bow, like a military bow, or a Mako bow? Get it?
Yeah, a Mako bow.
Because your last name's Bow. See, that's what I did there.
Uh-huh.
Let's sound his bow.
It's
What
like
is it
based off
Mako
like
bow?
it's sort of based off like the.
I just
like
rise
the
up my middle
military one.
finger and then hold it there, and then I put it back down again.
Yeah.
No, it's just a really lazy version of a Fire Nation bow.
Yeah,
tell us about
basically, that's
tell us
what it
about the
is.
Mako bow.
It's like a really lazy version of the military one.
I do it, but I'm seated and I don't really move. Yeah,
I'm
nice.
right there.
Ah, yes,
Rung would dust off his hand and be like, "Pleasure." Oh, sorry. He would like shake his hand off with like crumbs and food and whatnot. And just like, good to meet other air nomads. And I could go in for like the predator sort of handshake with like the air nomads.
Oh
With
yeah,
like,
Pion is
big
not ready for that.
scratch.
He goes for the bow, sees your hand, finishes the bow, and then holds out a hand to shake it, and then your arm just goes bam, and grabs his forearm. He sort of like holds his arm out, like really confused as you just like shake his forearm. He doesn't grab onto the other side. He's like,
Ah, yes, you must be Al's companions.
Yeah. I'm Rung. He's our best friend of the entire universe, from what I understand. It's a pleasure to meet other air nomads. I've never really met them before, so it's nice to meet. There's a lot more other windy, bold people out there. You guys all seem very nice.
Pion, and this is Lekshe. I am from the southern air temple. Lekshe is from the east. It is a pleasure to meet all of you, and I must say thank you for taking care of our young scion here, Al.
He's taken pretty good care of us. He's given us good morals, I think. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Al,
Yes, compared to some others, yes.
you've been passing on the teachings of Sister Taka, I imagine. Wonderful. It is
Yeah,
good.
apparently money means nothing, so that was a good thing to learn.
That's
from him.
really
Yes,
weird.
that is true. Earthly possessions are ties that keep you bound to this realm. True spiritual enlightenment comes from giving up of such things, embracing your oneness with the universe. Everything is connected.
I understood that wrong. I thought it meant like money means nothing to anyone, so you could take as much as you want. I need to talk to him again about that one. Maybe you can teach me a little bit more about how money really works.
Ah, young one,
You
that is
buy
the thing.
things with it?
It does not. That is the problem with it. Is bartering not more pure? You have something I want, I can do something you want me to do.
what was that?
Something that my mum sent me that I wasn't expecting.
Okay. Well, that's definitely got
comedic
more
timing.
questions, Your Honor, for another time.
And young members of the Fire Nation, it is nice to meet you both. I did not expect to find a soldier and her ward so far north.
It's a long story.
Very long story.
Indeed. Well, once we have delivered Al back to the Northern Air Temple, perhaps you could swing by the Eastern Air Temple, and then from there head to the Western, and perhaps get you a little bit closer to home, if you would wish.
We have
like-
some things to do.
Yeah, I
Well,
want
we
to
can
just
go home.
explore a bit more first. Discover the world.
Indeed.
Just
Well,
things out.
it is good to travel and see the world. The air nomads have known this for a very long time. It's good to see the other nations beginning to embrace that free spirit. I think having Al with you has been a good influence on each and every one of you.
Yes, he's been a good influence on the group.
Excellent. Now, Tarnuk, Seer Tarnuk, we have some questions of a delicate nature. Perhaps we could go somewhere to discuss them.
Tarnuk sort of looks at you guys and goes,
Nah, seriously, you can say it in front of these guys. There's nothing that you can say that they can't hear. I mean, they basically just saved the Northern Water Tribe from an angry, rampaging spirit. So, to be honest, I'm happy for you to say it in front of them. And please don't call me Seer Tarnuk. Just Tarnuk is fine.
You can call him Senior Tarnuk.
Old man Tarnuk. Or senior Tarnuk.
I'm not that old, son.
and then you hear, like, as he steps forward, his hip cracks ominously. He's like,
All right, maybe I am that
Must
old.
be the cold.
Maybe I am that old, but still, you don't have to point it out.
I'll grab the seat for him. Sit down, old man Tarnuk.
Thank you.
sits on the seat.
Right, so what did you want to know?
And then he sort of sees these two airbenders standing. He goes,
For fuck's sake,
raises his hand up. Ice benches rise up out of the floor, all around behind each of you, allowing you a chance to sit.
Al slowly puts cushions on each one of them for the guests, for everyone.
Oh, Lekshay gives you a big warm smile, big motherly smile for that Al. Gives you a nice nod. As you guys sit down, Pawan goes, "We felt a strange disturbance, a feeling of great enmity coming from the spirits to the north. It felt like a spirit had been deeply angered, deeply betrayed."
Yeah, my bad.
You're bad. Well, what do you mean?
I'm glad you said it.
Long story, but just my bad. Let's just skip over that bit.
You made a wish on a whale spirit.
Oh wow, you guys are jumping right in. Okay.
I wasn't gonna go there, but you know what?
This is great. No, this is
The
awesome.
less people know, the better.
Should I go get Oki?
No, don't worry about that. I've got this covered. No, I've got this covered. Don't worry. Oki, you and Ahini headed down to have a bit of a chat. I'm gonna do with you guys and come back because you were gonna come back in right as this happened. So this
defended the town and we killed it by mistake, and then we sort of angered it that way. But sure, let's go with this.
They didn't know about the whale spirit. They only knew about the ocean spirit. So this is gonna be fun. Or the spirit of the ice. Okay, Oki, Ahini takes you away to have a bit of a chat to you. Do you reckon if these air nomads are gonna be taking you guys somewhere that I'll be able to come to? Is that gonna be okay?
Yeah, I mean, how do they know that you're part of or not part of the original group? And B, I mean, I think if we just kind of go with it, we're all going with Al. I mean, I don't think that they'll say no because they're too polite.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I guess my next question is then because obviously you guys seem to be pretty set on this spirit quest, which I have to say, pretty cool. I was planning on doing a bit of exploring around the Northern Air Temple and then make my way south. I think my original plan was not to go over land. I was going to take a boat, but if you guys are flying by bison, that kind of limits me with what I can do in terms of travel afterwards. Unless the air nomads have boats?
I mean,
probably not, do they? They fly.
Might. I mean, surely they have an option other than bison or whatever they used to fly, but I mean, the other option is you can just kind of come with us until we get to land, back to land. I mean, and then, you can just get a boat from there and you can just keep coming with us. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you're not that keen to go back to the Southern Temple, are you?
Well, I kind of want to head home just to see what's going on there. I mean, seeing what happened with Aquila, what happened with the Northern Spirit, I don't know, something feels wrong, Oki. The world feels different. This feels serious.
Everything's wrong. The world is very different. Mako made a wish that fucked everything badly.
I don't know if this is just Mako. It's felt that way before this. Ever since Roku died, ever since we lost our avatar. I don't know, does this happen every time the avatar dies? Does it always feel like the world's on the brink of chaos? I don't know.
Does the Earth Kingdom get attacked? All the diplomats' kids get kidnapped. The Fire Nation starts an attack on God knows what. They try to mine the Siwon Desert.
See, that happened before the spirit, right? From what you've told me. That was all before Mako made his wish. All of that.
Yeah, but I'm feeling like maybe time's not chronological, and maybe just having Mako with us has just been a magnet for bad luck.
Do you know what though? If I had that happen, that all of this only happened because in one parallel universe Mako made the wish and that fucked up every multiverse by changing that time, he's created infinite multiverses where everything's wrong. That would have been amazing. I didn't do that. I've got a slightly different setup, but that would have been pretty cool too.
It's okay. We can avoid the multiverse train.
We'll have there is
watching everything everywhere all at once. This is it.
Great film. It's a fucking awesome film. Check it out. So this is just cause and effect time, no paradox. So by Mako changing this, the past has changed. But for you guys, the past has changed, but you don't remember it. It's different. Your memory of events is different, and that's how we preserve the continuity. That's how we avoid the paradox.
Oki is convinced everything is Mako's fault.
Okay, cool.
No,
I'm getting that sense.
Marco's convinced everything it's his fault.
I'm getting that sense. So yeah, Ahini goes, look, all right, let's give maybe 60% of the blame to Mako then? And then the other 20%.
Flying, magical, water spirit that is a whale in a desert with no ocean. I mean, 60%? That's been a bit... I mean, come on, Ahini, we've had better odds than that.
Okay, maybe 80% is Mako's fault. You've got to give at least 10 to the Dai Li. From what you've said, they seem to be real assholes.
10 to the Dai Li and 10 to Roku for dying.
I don't think that was his choice. Okay, I think if he could have picked an outcome, I don't think he would have picked death, strangely enough.
Maybe he could have died at a better time, and then we would have had the Avatar at a great time, and then none of this would be happening because we would have someone to take care of these fucking spirits.
Yeah, fair. Well, look, maybe I will stick around for a little bit then. If you guys like having me along, and if I'm not going to get in the way and ruin your group vibe, I might stick around, especially if you're headed a little bit further south. I do feel a responsibility to check in on my family, though. It's been a while since I've seen them, a while since I've spoken to them, and I don't know, it just feels like... It feels like it's a time to hold your friends and family close, right? The South seems to be a bit less stifling than the North. I think I've...
Say that again.
I think I've grown and learned all I can from here. I don't think there's much else the North can teach me.
The North kind of sucks.
Yeah, it really does. And
no,
I mean,
and honestly, once all the spirit stuff's done, I'm honestly, don't be surprised if I turn up and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna make a house and I'm gonna come live with you guys in the South," because
yeah, no, absolutely, of course. There's something else you should know. I broke it off with my arranged marriage. Yeah, it just wasn't working out, you know, and I want to do things that...
And Oki just immediately high-five Ahini.
she takes the high five somewhat hesitantly, and Oki, you look, she's not wearing the betrothal necklace anymore. It's gone. She's not wearing the necklace.
It wasn't working out, and I don't know, hanging out with Korok's been pretty cool, you know, like...
Are you gonna convince him to come to the South with you?
No, probably not.
Are you gonna try?
Maybe. I'll ask. I don't know, he just... Throughout this whole thing, he's been really cool, you know? Like, really chilled out. And he's got a fairly open mind. I always thought he was, like, stiff as a fucking icicle, but actually he's pretty funny. And, like, he's good looking, you know?
It gets a little bit uncomfortable and starts, like, swaying around a little bit.
Be honest, I mean, Ahini, I don't even know the name of your betrothal, and how long have you been engaged for? But also, I mean, you know, on that same hand, I mean, you know, you've literally been part of Korok's team. You've been allowed to engage in combat using bending. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess if you had to pick someone from the North, he's pretty cool, but this whole thing's fucking weird if you ask me.
Well, I mean, you've seen him. He doesn't give a shit that I use my bending for other stuff, but I don't know. Rano just seems to be so convinced about what is right and what is wrong and what things should be done and how things should be. I'm not up for that control, you know? It's not okay. It's not healthy.
He's from the North. What did you expect?
It wasn't my choice. It's an arranged fucking marriage, Oki.
Yeah, that's the point.
You're lucky. Your position as, like, family from a line of seers kind of exempt you a bit from that, because you might be needed to be a seer. They've got those weird rules about seers being celibate.
I mean, you knew I literally would have gone even further than I did if they tried to engage me to anyone, right? Like, yeah, I would be past the Fire Nation, past the Earth Kingdom, I don't know, maybe living on some tiny volcanic island.
I hear there's some waterbenders in the Earth Kingdom somewhere. I've heard that there's waterbenders hiding out in, like, a... what do they call it? Swamp, yeah. I heard there's waterbenders
like
hiding
a
out
real watery tree kind of area.
That'd be cool to see. I wouldn't mind seeing that. But
you'd miss that out if you didn't come with us.
Okay, fair enough. Can I just say, I think you're right on reflection. What you were saying about Korok, hanging out with him, going on adventures with him. I don't know. It kind of showed me a depth of personality I hadn't really seen before.
Then she gives you a bit of a sly look.
You found that with your companions at all?
Nope.
Fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Other than the occasional urge to maybe flip their canoe and maybe they drown. But, you know, that's probably not quite what you're asking.
No. Look, I'm just saying. Al's a bit cute.
No. She's holding him up. So's Balto. She's holding
Yeah.
him up like the Lion King.
And if I had to pick, Balto is cuter.
Yeah, see, that's my problem.
You're not there,
I
Al.
mean, out of we've got, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 options of traveling companions. One of them is possibly less smart than the rocks they bend.
This is
One
brutal.
of them is
I'm up for this.
Chaos Incarnate, and the other one is Al. I'm sorry.
Oh, Hal wasn't the chaos? Damn.
No.
I mean, Shurva's pretty cool. I'll admit
I was going to
that,
say,
but-
my sister would really love Shurva. Do you reckon Shurva's not going to stick around?
I mean, we're taking you to the South Trap anyway. I mean, we need to appease the spirits there. We could probably introduce them.
Okay. Yeah, that might be fun. See if
But
they'll go
you
on a
have
date.
to stick around to see how it turns
Yeah,
out.
okay, all right. If I can find. All right. I'll come with you for the moment, definitely. But if it looks like you guys are heading into some weird shit.
Hey, no, I don't know, weird string ties, doobie-doo. You need to go do your thing, you go do your thing.
Done.
Nice to have a companion there.
Yeah, it's nice to see a friendly face, hey? All right, you come on. Let's go see what those airbenders are doing. They look serious. Do you reckon Al's in trouble? Did he run away? What's the story there?
I mean, as far as I knew, he was here with one of the Air Temple Masters, Sister Taka. But, I mean, that's about as much as I know. Same amount as any of the others. I mean, you know,
Like,
everything kind of went to shit.
Yeah, the thing that always kind of struck me, right? Like, the rest of you, like, Rung was in the Earth Kingdom. He could have probably walked home if he wanted, but I get the sense that, like, things at home aren't great for Rung. I mean, they gave him a badge for being a coal miner. I don't know. They seem like quite nasty people who just, like, laugh behind his back, right? Mako and Shurva, the Fire Nation's fucking ages away. That is hard to get home to. But Al could have just flown home at any time. But he didn't. He's stuck with you guys. I don't know.
Is part of it just the sense of adventure? I mean, we were all kind of locked in a metal box together. I mean, other than Al actually could have flown home and just left us. I don't know what he's doing here. It's appreciated. It's not really appreciated.
You told me the sandbender broke you out, but then, like, Al caught up with you guys later. Like, he tracked you guys down. He didn't have to do that. He could have just gone home. He could have stayed and looked for Sister Tucker, but he didn't. He stuck with you guys. And
Which is right, in my mind. He is the only trustworthy one out of the lot of us, including me. Like...
Definitely seems to have the group mentality in mind, right? Right. I hope he's not in trouble.
Rung's trying his best.
Yeah. Look, if he's in trouble, we're going to stand up to those air nomads and tell them to lay off our friend Al. Hey, what do you reckon?
Yeah, and then we'll skip the Northern Air Temple entirely, and we'll just go to that swamp place in the Earthen place.
All right, come on.
Really cool.
Let's go yell at these airbenders.
Let's go,
no way we're
let's
letting
go,
them
yeah,
talk
let's go
about
yell
Al
at
this
them.
way. And Oki and Nahini start running back
ready
in.
to go in, like
As Al exactly as Al shares this bit about the whale spirit, just us as that, and they both sort of turn and look at him with like surprised faces. Oki and Nahini burst in. Al's done nothing wrong, okay? He's worked hard to support this group. Oki, you step in. Go.
He's doing his best. Lay off him. Stop being mean.
Perfect.
Guys, that's all well and good and nice. Hi, this is Brother Pion and Sister Legshay. We were just
both
telling them about
sort of
Mako's
bow.
wish.
Yeah, like, Al's not the one in trouble, I am.
That's fine then.
But I really appreciate those things. That was
Wait,
really
what?
nice.
Pion and Legshay both give you Oki and Nahini a bit of a bow and then sort of look really confused and go,
What was this about a wish? You said that...
Don't worry about that. So we came across this fox spirit and we angered it by mistake because it was going to attack us. So we fought
Wait.
back.
Hey, we.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm
We,
with
we fought back. There's two of us that
Over
fought
here.
back.
Keep saying
We angered it.
We.
Look, in
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
young
you're right.
man's
Shurva
defense...
angered it by killing it.
In the young
You're
man's
talking about
defense...
the time that
The young
we
man's
tried to calm the spirit.
Yeah,
that we
then
were
Shurva
successfully
murdered
calming
it.
the spirit, and then you attacked it with
Shurva-
fire.
Shurva murdered it. Then it came back with 2 tails instead of 1. Then it got really mad when I sort of entered a room by mistake. It had 4 tails and was on really fire. And
He
then,
was pushing that
it was-
room, though.
It was actually
no,
pretty
it was
fun.
my
Yeah, you
mistake.
should have seen.
It was-
Oh, like
No
booted
one's
him
fault.
in there.
No
It
one's
was
fault.
fantastic.
Did
No,
not
it's not
expect the door to
kicking.
close. But everyone's okay. That's the main thing.
In the young man's defense, the fox spirit has been plaguing the north for quite some time. Many months, ever since the temple broke off on the iceberg. And we stopped visiting.
Okay, do you really think there's like a connection there, maybe?
Didn't you say like generations?
Nobody thought to.
People hadn't been really.
Previous
I still tended to the temple for the most part, as best as I could, but when that earthquake happened and the iceberg broke off, the temple became harder to reach, and over time it's been less of a job for the seers.
How long ago was my wish?
Pretty far away.
What were you tending to? It looked like no one been there for like 50 years.
I wasn't going inside, obviously. I was heading outside and praying to the spirits. It's dangerous. You saw the floors had collapsed. I'm not going inside there.
How long ago was my wish? Was it about a week? 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
No, many months ago. Well, many years ago it actually broke off.
Okay.
Probably 2 or 3 years ago.
This time.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, there was a sign out the front that said Mako was here. It's a flame all around. No, it doesn't say that. Yes, no, it was.
Waterbenders, and no one put the effort in to return the temple to where it came from?
Why would we? It's been abandoned for decades, for many generations. I mean, my grandfather, who taught me what I need to know about being a seer, he told me that the temple had been lost, that it had been forgotten, that it was no longer important, that it represented a time in our past, not a time in our future.
I take back everything I said about angering them. It's not my fault anymore.
You did set it on fire, young man. You must own part of that. And you did whip it a few times, young woman. In your defense, you were doing it because the young man set it on fire and you were worried about him getting hurt. I understand. But it didn't help things. That only escalated the matter. We had been appeasing the spirits.
But it multiplied in tails, which was really impressive. Not gonna lie. Then it came through a portal one time.
The spirit portal to the north, we had always heard stories, but that is supposed to have been sealed by... Well, I'm not sure who sealed it. I don't think we know who sealed the portal to the north. One of the avatars, I'm sure.
Probably. It was a very nice place. There was a nice lake. It was very green.
Yeah, and there was a spirit named Yavu that was trying to get out.
Yeah, he wasn't very nice.
He seemed cool.
Leg Shay turns pale.
Yavu, the tendrils of darkness, like a shadow rising from the ground. Passive.
You know Yavu.
Yes, we have many catalogues of spirits that nomads have spoken to when they have been meditating and been able to speak with spirits. Yavu is an interesting one. There are accounts that describe Yavu as a friend, some that describe him as a manipulator. But accounts all seem inconsistent, as if Yavu itself
As if those who are easily manipulated
think of him as a friend? Yeah. That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Apparently you needed all of Mako's blood.
You need my blood for something, I'm not sure what, but...
To escape.
That is
He wanted out.
That is very worrying if it needed your
Probably because
blood.
something happened. We're not going to say what, but something happened.
I think, guys, like, everyone who can help us with our current issue with the spirits are, like, these people in the room. If there was anyone that we should tell,
it's probably them.
It probably should be these people, because they could probably help us.
How do we explain it to these people?
Maybe we should tell it from the start.
Yeah. Chronological.
Like, which start?
The start where you made...
start.
Where you caught the spirit fish and summoned a spirit whale and
no, the spirit
made
whale
a
was
wish to, a very vague wish.
Hey, it was a solid wish. I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah, well, I guess that's fair. I wouldn't have known either.
Yeah.
You made a wish of Amua, the ocean spirit of the Seawong Desert.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep,
that's the one. Yep, that sounds about right.
That was a very foolish thing to do, young man.
Hey, look. At the time, I was only going off knowledge that it worked. And
what knowledge were you going off? Not many know of Amua. The Seawong has been a desert for hundreds of years. The ocean
sandship away.
The ocean dried up a long time ago.
Look, there was like an old man.
Heaney looks at Oki and goes, "Is this the crazy old man who he met in the Oasis who told him that he was catching spirit fish?" And Mako just kind of went along with what he said. But the guy was clearly batshit crazy. Is that?
Yes, that's the one. I did see a spirit
so a primary
fish
source then.
I did
Well,
see
I
a
mean, it turned out
spirit
to be
fish at that
true.
time.
It
It turned out to be very true, actually. Like,
So
he was not lying about a single thing.
if everyone
Does-
else doesn't believe him, but it was true, is he the
That
crazy
some-
one?
That some random
He did have a lot of cactus
Earth
juice.
He
nations.
did. There was actually a spirit fish that he was actually trying to catch, just that like you couldn't do it. Then I grabbed one, and then I made a wish.
What was your wish, if you do not mind me asking?
Let's just. I brought someone
Hold my
back
ears.
from the dead, that like so they didn't die, sort of thing.
But what was the wording for your wish, Mako? I don't think it was bringing someone back from the dead. Yeah, I think
It was to undo my mistake.
Oh dear, that is very
multiple.
vague.
yeah, mistakes.
The last time
Didn't hear
someone
it, but
made
I
a
still
wish
see his
of
mouth
Amua that was that vague, the world was plunged into a 100-year war.
Oh, about that. I think I
Right.
might have stopped that, but also started it up again.
In the time of Avatar Kyoshi, a man, Chin the Conqueror, made a wish.
What nation was he from?
The Earth Kingdom. He made a wish of Amua the Spirit to be the ruler of all the lands. A very vague wish. And you saw
Did
what
he become
happened
a ruler that stretched across all the lands?
Did he become, like, was it
He
centimeters,
did,
millimeters?
Yeah.
inches?
until Avatar Kyoshi chose not to stand to his rule and separated her land from the Earth Kingdom, pushed her island away. And I believe the stories say he fell off that cliff that she created by moving the landmasses away and plunged to his death in the fiery lava below.
Interesting.
Does sound like an earthbender thing to do in an
Yeah.
earthbender way to go out.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Very
And
much so.
in a very real way, the spirit granted his wish. He became the conqueror of all the land. It's just that Avatar Kyoshi removed her land away,
Part of
and then he died. It is, the spirit seems to grant the wishes in an ironic, twisted way.
Yeah, I found
We are not
that out.
sure whether the spirit itself is malevolent, but something about the nature of creating wishes or granting these wishes. Interpretation is hard.
History
We always-
changed a lot.
I would
History
have said
changed.
Mako's wish was more vague
It's pretty vague,
than
yes.
that. I
Undo
think it's
my
more vague than
mistakes.
Conqueror. Conqueror seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah, that's like a you have like a defined spot there. Like you, yep, that's it.
It's
Very
very I mean,
vague
he,
meta, because
but
like
he gave no time frame on this. He gave no explanation of what a conqueror is. You must remember, spirits are very different from us. How they understand our language is very different. Often, the
Yeah, we
image we
also
hold
spoke
in
to,
our
like,
head can be
Wan
much more
Shi-tong. He
important.
was cool.
You've met with the knowledge spirit, Wan Shi-tong.
Yeah, he was cool.
My, you have been
kicked
on
us out of the
quite an
library.
adventure.
No, he kicked
Yeah.
the people who were trying to invade the library out. We were just there at the same time.
Who was
Yeah.
trying to invade the library of Wan Shi-tong?
This was a
is
different
awful.
timeline,
It's a
so
travesty.
it doesn't really match up anymore.
There was
I
the
know-
Fire Nation. They were there.
That was the Fire Nation. I'm not sure if they were there this time or like last time.
But there was a time that existed that they were trying to get to the library for weapon knowledge, I believe.
Actually, they didn't say what knowledge.
I drag over a plate of fruit.
We were pretty
You
sure it
might
had
need some
something to do
sugar
with the
to
meteor.
keep up with this.
Oh yeah, it had something to do with the meteor, right? Yeah,
You
that's
know
it.
they were looking for meteorological information as well as specifically information on
Spirit,
recurring
right?
astronomical events.
They were looking for space stuff.
Yeah. Pion sort of looks at Legshay and goes, I must confess I am somewhat lost in this conversation. I fear I have not understood.
Everyone we've told about this has said the same reaction. That's fine.
So
Legshay
we
sort of
went to the
pauses and,
library.
and nods, yeah.
Then we went to the whale,
And nods.
and Mako made a wish, which then
Nods.
undid some of the stuff that might have happened since we left the Beifong state. So we're not exactly sure about
No,
this
no, it
timeline.
changed everything.
Yeah. So
Do you remember both or just one event occurring?
just the one.
Just the one.
And is it the correct one, or are your memories...
Well, which one's the
No.
correct one?
It's the one that we've wanted.
Depends on who you're asking.
In that case, then, do your memories match with other people's memories, or are
Oh,
your
God, no.
collective memories they're
Jesus,
wrong?
No. They're
This-
wrong.
This could be a problem. Marco, spirits interpret things from our will. Did you have in your mind a very strong idea of what you were trying to
Yes,
correct?
I
Was
did.
it one mistake in particular?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Probably
this
daddy
might...
issues.
Yeah. The
Hey,
whale nodded
hey,
like
take
it
that
knew
back.
what he was talking about.
That's just the way
My mistake was
move.
fixed.
It's not necessarily
person
a
is
sign of
alive who
agreement.
was dead.
Okay,
The
so
whale's just like
whale's
bobbing
nod.
along. I was like, oh yeah, nodded.
We sure winked as well, but
Well, you can only see one side of it, so
oh, exactly. And that's how winked.
yeah, and
And
it's
then it
smiled
murdered
too.
Then it murdered a lot of people at the campsite. It was really weird.
Are
I
you
might have brought them back.
sure?
Actually, we might have
Seems-
made.
Seems
no.
very unlikely that it will
Oh
move.
no, because like it erupted and like all the stone that it came out of, like. Oh
Yeah,
wait, was that the explosion?
Anyway.
So that I try and understand, Pion, I think I've got this. So there are now essentially in your minds 2 sets of events that have occurred: the ones you remember and the ones that others remember. Correct?
Yes.
And only you 5 have the memories, this collective memory.
Does Bolter
And then-
have? Wait, which one is this Bolter?
Not quite.
No,
Most of us have the memories.
who does not?
Ahini wasn't with us when we made the wish, but she's with us now.
He's like, they've kind of like briefed me, and I understand maybe 60% of it, which statistically I think is pretty good.
60, that's a lot.
That's actually
I
pretty
know.
good.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think I'm kind of, you've told me the story about 2 times. I've asked Oki a lot of follow-up questions.
Yeah, like all you have to know is that I fucked up.
I mean, I think we're pretty good storytellers. That probably has something good to do with it.
You need to get this in some
Pretty
sort of
coherent.
chronological order, guys. Seriously.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
problem with chronological. We don't really know
Chronological.
where. it
Um,
starts.
We
Faithful
generally do
Mistake got
miss research
attacked.
and go back.
We escaped. Well, actually got kidnapped. Escaped. A worm attacked us. Someone died. That didn't die this time.
Oh, and
but
I met an old man.
We met an old man. We did some stuff.
Went to the Oasis.
At the cultural.
The multicultural hub of the
hub of
desert.
the desert. Yep.
I think it was just cultural
then-
hub of the desert. You guys have added multi, but I'm happy with
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah,
have,
it
we
was just
have,
cultural hub of the desert.
100%,
The
like-
Misty Oasis.
Oh, okay.
I saw the crazy old man. Learned about spirits. Saw the whale. Made a wish, and then everything.
Well,
that
we went to
back.
the library
There
before
was
the
a
whale.
lot
Library
that
before the whale.
happened between you saw a fish and you made a wish. Like, we went to
Anything
the library, and
Oh,
then
library.
we went to the campsite around the meteorite.
Meteorite
I'll
Road.
gaslit somebody.
I thought she was going to be the love of my life.
Pushed her down the stairs. After
Pushed her down
I
a
fell on the
lot
stairs
of
and she ran
stairs.
off.
Yeah.
We helped
But
a
you're like,
crazy
you did the
old
right
man
thing, man.
blow up a whole bunch of supplies.
Yep.
And
That's right, you
then-
will tell them.
Oh,
And
man.
then we saw the whale.
Yeah.
He
And then we
wants to
got
go.
kidnapped by a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Then that
and-
happened.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I'm
That
not
was
sure.
led here by Shurva.
Now,
It was
the actual
here,
for
but
you,
not
what
here.
you guys would remember is
Do you guys
the
recall-
Daily attacked the estate. The Fire Nation defended them. We got kidnapped. At least some of us did. Not sure who.
Everyone but me.
Shurva then
Do you
came out
guys
as
know
a
much about
rescue
Pung?
party.
They just shake their heads. They don't know who Pung is.
What's his face? What was his face? The Earth Kingdom dude.
Oh, I
The Sandbender?
No,
Yeah.
no. The annoying Pung.
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 Yeah.
Pung made it back home safe. Then I'm not sure what happened between there. We still went to the library. There was an incident there, I'm gonna assume. Then we made the wish. Everything up to the
I'm
Do
not
you
sure.
guys remember who told us we had to go and calm down the 4 spirits?
the creepy old man in the middle of the mine.
It was the old man in the mine.
Oh yeah, the Spirit Man.
Yeah, you
The ghost
should
man.
have that.
Spirit.
We
Man.
also ran into a spirit man in the mines
Oh, the
beneath
Badger-Moles.
Ba Sing
Badger-Moles,
Se,
yeah.
but not in Ba Sing Se, next to Ba Sing Se, sort of Ba Sing Se adjacent.
Yeah.
Ghostly lantern
Yeah.
king, I'd say.
Dead.
Lived
Oh,
in
the
the-
He was
Ghost
like
in
a
the Spirit
king or
World,
an
right?
emperor of something.
Definitely
And
dead.
he chooses to live in the spirit world? Was that what happened?
There are
No,
very
Either way, we were
mysterious.
told
few.
we pissed off the spirits.
There are very few people who
Yeah.
can pass into the spirit wilds on their death. Those who are very closely aligned with the spirits and can set their soul and travel there. It's a very rare gift. There are not many who are known to have have done that, and to then communicate with you from the spirit wilds.
He did seem very important, and he did like have an emblem on him that represented something. Can't remember what it was now.
Pretty sure he didn't exist, but here we are.
He existed. 3 of us saw him.
Definitely exists.
Mine was not crazy.
I believe
Maybe
you.
I was
The
a little
crazy
bit drunk
one?
still from your bounty hunter friend's paralysis
gullible
poison.
one.
but
Okay.
Definitely was a real person. or thing.
Oki saw him, which is all that matters. Because
She's the most reliable reporter. She really is.
I am
I
not
was there
sure
too.
what to do with
I know what I said.
80% of this information, but I'm going to
Well-
focus on the bits that are important. You made a wish of
Because-
Amua, the ocean spirit. That has created an alternate version of events, different to what you remember, that we are not aware of. For us, it's just how things have played out. This has thrown a lot of chaos and confusion into the world because the spirit world is not, it is separate to this world. For them, what you have done is to throw things out of balance, to change history, has caused the worlds to collide, slide against each other, like rubbing your hands together and generating heat. And that heat is what we're seeing in this
I
form
can just
of
do this.
anger, this form of destruction, driving the spirits wild. The mention of the 4 spirits, I remember Monk Gyatso mentioning once something about 4 spirits of the 4 nations, the teachers. I think he called them the spiritual teachers of the 4 nations.
The ones,
Like
Sounds-
tapestry.
the ones that taught everyone there how to control the elements.
How to bend.
Maybe, yes, maybe.
Yeah, the dragon, the fox, the
Sky bison.
Jamal, and
The
Sky
bison,
bison.
bison.
but with the
Big
extra
skink.
horns.
Then there's also the dragon, the world turtle, lion turtle thing. That's another thing that we need to worry about at a different point. But like,
I think arrows are angry at us.
I think they're angry at Mako, but we're just helping
Yeah.
Mako out.
So probably not us. I mean, us maybe humanity.
Well,
oh, and apparently if I
yeah,
die, it fixes everything. But I don't believe that anymore.
No. That is definitely incorrect, and it is not
Oh.
just Mako. Mako's actions may have created this, but you have to keep in mind your experiences, your memories differ. You are just as much of a friction point as this change in history. Each of you is now a point of friction. Your experiences, your lived lives, are incongruent with the world in which you currently live. All of you have been affected by this.
So if we made a wish to forget,
No, that would make
No.
things worse.
that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. I'm sorry.
If we hit
I've
Mako
learned from my mistake. Hey,
really,
don't do it. Don't write at spirit.
really hard in the head, and then he forgot.
No, unfortunately, I do not think that would work. It's not just your memories of the events. I'm assuming scars or markings or blemishes or changes to your clothing, they have stayed.
No.
Possessions probably... No, clothing would not have, but physical markings would have not changed.
No, not really.
Your clothing
I'm
might have, though.
I'm still pretty.
I pull out
That
my badge because I remember my badge was broken.
Yep.
It's like I sort of look at it and like, well, this was in one piece before. Well,
Clothing
you
would
made
have
the
changed to
wish.
match the new timeline, most likely, but your physical, your bodies would have
No.
stayed the same. You would have not lost any or gained any markings or scars or anything. You would be as you remember. There would be no changes to your
Ah.
bodies.
does that
It
include
was
when
still
we
short
cut
afterwards.
Marco's hair?
Was that before or
Ah.
after?
Marco, that was after the
Oh.
cutting of the hair, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it
No,
was
we
after
cut
this.
his hair before
We
we
arrived.
even went to the library.
God,
When we were
cut them-
describing him as
Oh,
when
yeah.
we were hiding him as a sandbender, we cut
Yeah.
his hair.
That's right. Marco's hair is still short, so that doesn't seem to have changed. But the question is
Mm.
whether or not that event still happened. Maybe not driven by
Yeah.
Shurva, but maybe Marco still cut his hair for another reason, or maybe it was for the same reason. That seems to have stayed the same. That, yeah.
Like that was a disguise thing more than.
But also that's kind of my point, right? Your bodies reflect the timeline you remember. So Marco's hair is cut. You've got no idea if in
Does
this
that
new
have any
timeline
other
Marco did cut
scars?
his hair. He might not have.
And so suddenly, from the world's perspective, when you guys made the wish, suddenly Mako's hair just shrinks. And just goes back to short.
Ah, fuck.
Right? Because
I
your
like
bodies
that.
haven't changed
fuck.
from... Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There's going to be a deficiency of carbon in the world because of it. Like, it's just going to be constantly a black hole of like carbon that is Mako's missing hair.
No, this is you are making a joke, but this is serious. You have to understand, like you are wrong, all of you.
Did anyone get cut anywhere?
But that's the problem. You wouldn't know what happened. You would have to rely on other people to tell you what had happened. It would be even more catastrophic if one of you had died and then suddenly here you are, alive again.
Okay,
would-
that
Like,
did happen.
maybe a father
Like,
figure?
let's just not talk about that.
No. But one of you,
one of us,
you
one
five.
of us, yeah.
That would be the problem because your body would still be here now, yet you would also still be alive here now.
What about people that
be duplicated.
died in our journey that came back to life because of us?
Only if they were present for the spirit wish.
Oh,
If they were in the zone.
we haven't
if they
spoken
were-
to anyone else that was there at the time.
That might be something worth doing when you have a chance. That could be very
How many
useful
people?
information.
Would you say like 100 people?
What kind of radius are we talking about with the whale?
Yeah,
With-
like.
You'd have to be almost touching it.
Okay.
Oh,
we're fine,
okay.
Yeah, that
we're
was
fine,
just
we're
us.
fine. Yeah.
It's just us then.
So
Maybe-
the old
I'm
maybe
pleased
like
it is not
couple
100 of you. That would I
Maybe
would
like
expect.
another handful of people, maybe at most.
Maybe. More importantly, I think at some point, if you can, it would be good to talk to people who were present for your history, not the one you remember, but the history that you have lived through.
The crazy old man at the mine.
Maybe.
Jen.
My concern is that things might have been very, very different. For example, if let's say Al had gone home, he had come
Then
home
what
to
was
Makiat. So in this new timeline, from their perspective, suddenly Al would have disappeared and appeared in the desert at the moment you made the wish. You would have shifted things.
But like, then the question is like, why would we have been there? Because
No, I mean like Shurva had that, right? Shurva went off with Jen in the other timeline, and then she was just with us.
Oh, so you have
Yeah.
spoken with someone who had a different recollection of events.
Yeah, we have.
yeah, we've spoken to a couple of people.
And
And it's
what-
been okay largely.
It's
I mean, like-
confusing because like we don't know why we're here now. Like the time, like making the wish brought us all together then for this timeline, just suddenly.
Well, I mean, we were still kidnapped by the Dai Li regardless.
Only
okay.
4 of us, but like going off the events that happened, it would have been simpler for us to just stay there. I wasn't a wanted criminal.
What do you mean? I thought you were kidnapped, and
None
your
of-
dad confirmed it in this
Yeah,
timeline
but
as
then, like,
well.
when we went
And
to the
Shurva came
town-
up after us
Yeah, but when we went to the town, we were wanted criminals at that point.
at the Misty Oasis.
Yeah.
So, history as you remember it, the wanted posters were for suspicion in the death of his father.
Yeah.
Mako was wanted for suspicion.
And
under
if he
suspicion
didn't
of killing
die-
his father.
It was the Dai Li that was then after the whale that were on the wanted posters.
They were wanted posters in the Earth Kingdom, and then it changed. History changed, and now the wanted posters were
all
made
of
by
you
the
were
Fire
also-
Nation, looking for Mako, looking for the
Yeah,
lost.
all of you were also wanted for different reasons as well.
You were listed as missing. It wasn't even wanted; it was missing. Posters shifted and changed. Missing following an attack on the.
And none of you were missing after that as well, so you
Yeah.
all would have gone back with your.
Well, you don't know. That's the problem. You've got no idea how history is different.
I would have thought I would have come along for an adventure that like checked out the library, but
So actually, that's not true. You do know a little bit more. You know from what Jen had told Shurva that Jen and Shurva had been tracking Mako after he had been kidnapped. You suspect that Oki, Al, and Rung were with Mako. There was a description that Jen had a description of each of them: a water tribe girl, an airbending lad, and this big dude who wore nothing but vests and ate rocks. Like there was a description that she had. That was you, Rung, in case you're wondering. I could just see you looking like blank. I was like, just so you know, that's Rung.
Then what would it?
was
What
that?
would
Could
our
this
reason?
be?
Adventure?
Pure Gemini.
Are we getting chased by Dai Li?
Well, that's the thing. You're not 100% sure. You know that you'd been kidnapped by the Dai Li, and then for some reason, which you didn't know, Shurva, Mako... Oh, well, sorry, no, that's not true. For some reason, Jen thought you didn't know Mako took off into the sands, into the desert. And that's when you... Like, because you tracked the cage, you found they'd been broken out by sandbending. You then followed him to the Misty Palms Oasis. This is what Jen said. We followed him to the Misty Palms Oasis, and then we like lost track of him. And then we like found him again. There was some like collapsed library and a whole bunch of broken Fire Nation like machines. And then we got to this rock, and then everything went to shit. And then suddenly you weren't there, and then you were suddenly like over there with these guys. Was Jen's recollection. So you kind of have a little bit of information.
Yeah,
I would say. Pion sort of looks like, holds his head in his hands, like rubs his forehead. This is so confusing.
Well, I mean, the spirit ghost Earth Nation mind guy told us that we should go and calm down the four, I think, for lack of better words, cardinal spirits.
It's more than just calming them. What
Maybe
you're doing
blood.
by
I don't know.
the blood. I'm not sure where blood fits in. What you have this?
Yeah, he
weird-
mentioned something about Marco's blood as
Yeah,
the
you mentioned something
wishmaker.
about my blood or something. That
I'm
might have
not-
been a mistranslation.
I'm not so sure about that. What we know about the four spirits, the spirits of the bending techniques, they are said to be able to perform a type of spirit bending that aligns you to your chosen element, to your matched element, the element that closely matches your personality. You're not just appeasing them, you are gaining their favor, and you are hopefully being reintegrated, being aligned with this
Yeah,
new
okay.
reality that you've
Yep,
created.
So it's regrounding us in this reality instead of the other one.
In a way, yes, they are bending your spirits and changing your form so that you match, that you are in sync. Think of it this way. You are vibrating differently to the world. You are out of sync. The vibrations are creating friction.
We go left to right where
That
they go
friction
right to
is
left.
heat. Sure, yes, that is a good analogy. It's sound waves. Sound waves that are in a disharmony. They are not flowing together, like ripples in a pond overlapping one another. The spirits can do is align the ripples. So rather than fighting and pushing each other down, your movements, your ripples align once more with the flow of the world. And
Does
hopefully bring
anyone feel-
balance once more.
Does anyone feel different after the spirit?
Is Al a
So
waterbender now? Because he was
Um,
kind of chosen by the fox spirit.
I don't know about waterbending, but the fox spirit definitely did something to me about maybe realigning me, because I haven't been able to feel cold since the fox spirit breathed in my face.
Legshay looks
Would
sort
you
of a bit
say
taken
hot?
aback. I have heard stories of very, very wise gurus who have aligned themselves and who have spent years meditating, have been able to affect the weather around them, to bend the air in such a way that weather no longer affects them, and to actually change the weather as well, create storms, rain, snow, and even tornadoes and other destructive weather events, as well as calm weather as well. And it was said that when they achieved this level of enlightenment, cold and heat no longer affected them. It's said to be a very rare trait amongst airbenders. Occasionally, children are born with it and carry the trait for some time.
Huh.
Rung puts his hand up,
Yes, Rung.
but like he's not immune from like snowballs or anything because we tested it earlier.
No, just the weather. His airbending reaches such an unconscious state that his body is always bending the air around him, not just consciously or physically. And it's a state of, it's almost achieving a oneness with your bending and achieving a oneness with, the air.
Could that be considered aligning with
Like
this
collapse.
timeline?
Potentially, perhaps you have even been granted a boon by this spirit. Realigning you has potentially unlocked some aspect, some ability that you might have gained in the future through years of training you have been able to tap into much sooner. It may be the same for all of you. I do not know. But each of you must be similarly blessed, similarly honored by each of these spirits.
Do you know
Who's
where
missing
any of
out?
the-
'Cause there's
the
5 of
spirits
us.
are based?
Sorry, you both spoke at once. What did you say, sorry, Al?
Do you know where any of these other spirits are based?
No, the spirits themselves probably aren't bound to a single location. I mean, these spirits
there-
travel the nations. They are part of the
very culture of bending it. Perhaps the spirit of the ice that had appeared before you, the fox spirit, perhaps it appeared in such a way because it had been maligned by its people, had been ignored and forgotten. Tarnak goes,
Hey, these spirits are
no,
based.
that's probably fair.
Yeah, I know. The Fire Nation's probably the same. Don't worry about it.
You let the temple drift away. I think the fox spirit's probably pretty valid.
Well, you mentioned you suspect the Fire Nation spirit is a dragon, Legshay says. Well, that could be a problem, Pion steps in. I have heard the Fire Nation have begun the sport of hunting dragons.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
I imagine such an act would not be looked upon favorably
Oh God, no.
by a dragon spirit.
Nope. Mm-mm.
How did Roku let that happen?
Roku
It was fun.
Roku was against it, I believe. He had a dragon companion, but Roku always struggled to say no to his childhood friends. Fire
I
Lord
guess we need
Ozai
to
was
find the spirits.
his closest friend.
Do
From
you know who his
so-
companion might be?
His companion died
dragon.
with him.
Right.
You guys know that from the show. Your characters probably wouldn't know anything about that.
No, I have no idea what happened to his dragon.
Because how would you guys know that? Like,
Well, I mean, like everyone's talked about how Roku died,
but
they
no one
talk
was there to
about how,
witness
like,
it. Ozai came back and said, "Oh, Roku died. It was so sad. This volcano erupted. Oh, I miss my best friend. Oh, but also I'm just going to start a war now that he's not around. Okay, thanks. Bye."
Have I?
I'm gonna amass an
Yeah,
army
they-
and like a giant fleet.
Rung wants to take a stab at it. Like, don't know if this is like much of a logical leap, but I guess if we're gonna try and find where the spirits are, we could look for where, I guess, the people of the nations have had the greatest attachment from the spirituality.
That
Maybe?
is-
I don't
yes,
know.
no, that sounds like a brilliant
Nice one,
idea.
Rung.
You're looking for
Thanks.
places of great
I have had a
spiritual
lot of food.
importance, both current and past. I imagine the North Pole was one such place, probably why you saw the spirit here, the fox spirit here. But I suspect you might have been able to even find it at the south as well.
Do the air nomads have like? Would you recommend somewhere for you guys?
Pion sort of looks a bit confused.
The air nomads are a very spiritual people, as Arl can attest. We have many places of great spiritual significance. Historical ones would be a bit harder to locate. Monk Yatso was an expert on history. Perhaps you could speak with him.
Yeah, I'll have to explain the whole situation to him as well. But
Sister
yeah,
Tucker.
that seems like a...
Sister Tucker did a tour of many of the important historical sites in her youth. She wrote a treatise on it as well. She could be someone of importance to speak to as well.
Do you know where Sister Taka is now?
I'm sorry, I do not. I imagine she headed back to the east or west air temples.
Yeah, that's very fair. We'll go see Monkey Yatsu, I reckon.
Indeed.
Have we met Monkey Yatsu before? The name sounds familiar.
You will recognize him from the show Avatar the Last Airbender. He's the monk who trains Aang.
Oh, okay, that's why I know the name. All right.
He's also the
The
monk
pie
who's
guy.
trained Arl. Yeah, the pie guy. Yeah, the pie guy. Sure.
That guy.
The secret is in the fluffy pudding.
I've been practicing my monk Yatso in preparation for this. Although, actually, he's going to be like
I'm ready.
12 years
He's a
younger.
bit younger.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
12 years younger when you guys will be seeing
He's gonna be a
him.
bit more sprightly.
He will be a bit more sprightly. I'll work on
brother-
a younger version of his voice.
Brother Pion, are you heading anywhere after this? Are you heading to the Northern Air Temple? Because that's where we are headed.
We can take you to the Northern Air Temple. That will not be a problem. We were planning on investigating here and then maybe heading south and investigating some other locations. We had felt there was a disturbance in the desert as well. Some of our brothers and sisters have headed out that way. I guess now we know what occurred there.
Where in? Oh, okay, where we were.
Yeah, where we fucked up. There,
How
yeah.
many people can you fit in your bison?
I think we could comfortably fit a few.
How many do you have? Just out of
I can
curiosity.
fly.
We can take
You
a
can make a
vote.
toboggan on the
That
back
won't be
again.
necessary. Eon is a large bison. He should be able to fit most of you. I think we could fit everyone comfortably.
Hey, do you guys want to go on a bison?
Yeah?
It flies.
Is that like the all-terrain?
Like,
Yeah, the
all-terrain
the all-terrain bison.
Yeah,
Oh.
the ATB.
I think a better question would be, would a bison want to come with us, given the sheer volume of stuff
the-
that we
the
can get
bisons are
out
great.
to?
Bisons are great creatures. They're so much fun as long as you don't pull their tail too hard. But like, there's one in the dock, and we just use it as like one we treat it with respect and look after it. But it's also a mode of transport for us airbenders, so it's tame.
And if we give it plenty of snacks, it'll like us more. So we need to get plenty of snacks.
It's as domesticated as it can be for being raised by nomads.
Is it better trained than Chirpy?
So poos everywhere, I imagine. Like off the
Chirpy
temple.
isn't.
Actually, that's
Chirpy's
something
poo is on
very
Rung's
odd.
jacket right now.
I don't know if I've ever seen a sky bison poop.
They probably fly off to do it. They're nice, I imagine.
Private creatures.
Except they're like hippos. They like swing their tail
Shark
around and like
creatures.
spray it everywhere. No, that is,
Oh
that is
god,
bad.
that is
Enjoy that
the
mixed
most
language.
ever.
Well, I mean, Lekshay, if you have no further questions, I don't feel we need to explore too much of the north. I think we have a good understanding of what happened here, and clearly Tarnok has everything under control.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but thanks for your generosity. Yeah, I think I can take it from here.
If it helps, I burnt down the temple.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a joke.
What?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
He looks at you.
Yeah, really funny. Ha 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 ha.
Perhaps if you could refrain from burning down any holy sites on our journey, Mako?
I haven't done one, but you never know.
Indeed.
I mean,
Well,
technically, the rock was a holy site, and that did get blown
Technically, I didn't burn it.
They had a wasp
It
problem.
exploded.
out with fire.
But we didn't follow it up because that was last timeline. I'm sure it's fine this timeline.
That's something you
Sure.
remember is the rock when the whale spirit erupted from the rock.
Yeah, it
The
fixed
rock then
itself.
came back together again afterwards, and in this timeline, the rock was never destroyed.
Oh, that's actually
Yeah.
a bad thing as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's both a
Look at I
good.
can get more thermite.
Yeah, it does.
Well, here's the question.
Fire
here's the
Nation could
question.
get more thermite.
Yeah, and the other question you have to ask yourselves is, like, in terms of how this has occurred, did you actually stop the Fire Nation's excavations in this new timeline?
No.
That's a problem.
Yep.
I wondered when you'd
Exactly.
realize that.
I realized.
Yeah, I
right
just
away.
assumed that like maybe we did, maybe we didn't. It's like one of the many weapons that they have had that we just done nothing about.
Likewise, in this timeline, if I never gaslit a girl,
You didn't gaslight them.
It didn't
did I
happen.
ever gaslight them?
Now
That's
we're just
true.
gaslighting
Party
you about
members.
gaslighting her.
4 months later.
I'm a bad person. I
Um,
can't sleep at night because of it.
Oh, mate. Pion sort of looks.
well, Tarnok, Seer Tarnok, thank you for your generosity, and we will intrude upon your time no longer. I think perhaps we could be heading off rather soon. I understand there's some inclement weather coming in. Although
I mean,
perhaps
we
Al
We
could
can
assist
control
with
that
that.
now.
I just do local. When I say local, I mean around my body for the time being. I need to practice.
Have you tried? Have you attempted any?
No, but it could also lead to like a storm coming. You know, like I wouldn't want to go the wrong way. I was gonna try in private later.
Embrace the
Make a little
chaos.
Cloud.
To be fair, you've only just discovered all this information. Like,
Yeah.
Today.
all
Yeah.
you knew before this was,
I don't feel
it's not very cold.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh.
whenever you had time to practice any of this, you've only just learned it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. Thank you. I will do this in my own time and show you when I have fruits of my labor. I don't want to kill everyone.
I appreciate that sentiment, Al, and I second that. Well, if all of you are coming, let us head down to Eon, the bison, and we can depart. We will have to pick up our 2 scions in the city, and then we can depart. Al, your friends, they'll be fine traveling with our 2 younger companions?
I don't see why not. There were 2 other airbenders. I think they're coming with us. Everyone's
that's
cool with
fine.
that. I think their name was like
Tianzong and
Sun and
Sun.
yeah.
As
Yeah,
long as I can
Tianzong
take a
and
nap,
Sun.
I'm good.
Sun might
could we
not
go
allow
to
that. She can be
Russians,
quite verbose.
I'll
She likes
leave
to
that for
talk a
Al.
lot. Very well. Follow me. I will lead you down to Eon, the bison. See Tarnok.
Pion bows, as does Legshay, and then they begin to head out. Tarnok looks at a lot of you and goes,
Well, I guess you're heading out then. Oki, I'm sorry it didn't work out. You were gifted in the art of the seer, and I hope you can take your training and put it to some good use now that the Water Tribe have turned their back finally on the spirits.
Yeah. It's not as if I have much choice in the matter. So, I mean,
No.
technically I'm in the same place as I was before, but for what it's worth, I am really sorry about how it all ended up.
Me too. I'm sorry about Aquila. I never meant to introduce such a troubled soul to the art of bending. I apologize for that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I mean,
Sorry.
Well, I will hopefully see you all again soon and in happier times.
That's.
You
I just
weren't-
hope we never meet again, for your sake.
Yes, that probably would be best.
Yeah.
I would like to meet
Must-
you again. He gives him a handshake.
Mustard to know, Aquila wasn't your fault.
Thank you for
went to
saying
know
that.
and he still has a story to write. We don't know if he's going to. He might do something great.
Terrible. Yes, but great. I'm sure you're right. Hopefully Aquila can learn from his actions and bring some good into the world. That is my hope, and I hope that his teaching with me can be used for the good.
I'll give Stanook a hug.
This sort of like old, slightly hunched man takes the hug quite stiffly, but pats you on the back.
Nice to meet you too, Al. Yes.
Awesome. With that, unless there's anything else you guys wanted to say. No, cool.
actually, you know, one
Yes,
thing before
go.
we do go is hey, Tanaka, I haven't had a chance to see my sister, and at this point, I'm kind of afraid to, because Aquila took her arm off with the spirit stuff, and then the spirit stuff went really bad, and now there were no more seers at all, and I don't know, I know I'm not responsible, but you know, I mean,
Would you like me to
Go
talk
ahead.
to her?
please, can you say sorry?
Yes, I'll give it a go. Yes, I will try my best.
Well, it's good to have a helping hand.
Oof.
I will drown you. I will put you off here,
so
Bison,
sorry.
and you will drown in the ocean.
Chirpy, I think we need to go.
Mako does laugh at that.
Sorry. Going back. Where's that bison? By the
And
way?
all six of us head out.
As you guys start to head out, Ahini looks back, gives a salute to Seer Tarnok. Gives him a salute.
Like, don't do that.
She gives him another salute, backs out, gives a bit of a cheeky smile, and then catches up with you guys. Right, okay, I've never flown before, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Do I need to grab some things? What are we grabbing?
Well,
Yes, if you have a travel pack, that would be good to grab. All right, I'll be right back. I'll meet you at the harbour. Don't go anywhere without me. She looks at each of you and then stops at
do
Mako.
you want me to come with you, Ahini?
I'm just gonna go grab some clothes. I'll be fine. That's all right. You stay with your friends.
Rung, you got us food, yeah, last time.
No, I got chirpy food last time. And then got distracted. So I need to
With
get
all
some
our money.
food. And then a bedroll. And then Chirpy needs some food again because Aquila ate most of it last time. But after
They
that,
probably they probably have spare bedrolls in the air temple, to be honest.
Do we have
saying
all money?
spare?
There
Like,
will be places for you to
giving them
sleep.
away?
The air. We don't own things. Everything is shared. If you have need of something, you of course can use it. Same as if you don't have need of something. If you provide it to the community, they can use it instead.
They're shared. Are they cleaned?
Of course.
We're airbenders.
Oh, cool.
We're very clean.
Oh, phew. No, that's good. I didn't assume otherwise. Of course you guys are clean.
And with that, you guys head down to the docks.
We can buy bedrolls if you want, though. But by the way, I'm just saying.
I'm going to say
I've
that
smelt you after the desert.
Ahini and Kurok, when Ahini comes with her stuff, Kurok comes down carrying in his hands a pack for each of you that contains a bedroll, contains some furs for when it gets cold, some rations as well, a couple of days worth of rations, and hands them to each of you. You will not have a official thank you from the chief, and I'm very sorry for that. But you will have a thank you from me and a number of my friends who have chipped in to provide these to each of you.
You are lifesavers.
You can see that
Thank
each
you
of them
very much.
has a silver band with the symbol of the water tribe on one of the straps of the bag. Wear these with pride and honor. I consider
I
you
will.
brothers and sisters of the
Aw.
Water Tribe. Please. You should be marked as
I'll
one
give
of our...
Kidoka. I'll give Kidoka a
That
hug.
means a lot.
Korok hugs you back.
I'll
Quite warmly.
go
Oh.
add this into my Beyond Legends rucksack right now.
Yep. You can add a water tribe sack. Nah. Call it a water tribe. Water tribe rucksack works. I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. As you guys get on the Sky Bison, you can see Sun and the other air nomad Tianzong have already boarded and are sort of like getting their stuff together. You can see Sun is like running around looking over the side. Oh my god, look at all those fish! Can you count this number of fish? I don't think I can count that number of fish. I don't think I've got the time to count those fish. Oh my god, what is that? Oh no, sorry, it's just another fish. I got really excited. I thought it was like a big eel. Really excited, really like enthusiastic. And as you guys climb board, she's like, hey, new friends. Hey, I'm Sun. Nice to meet you. Hey, what's your name? Points at Oki.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you. I'm from here.
No
Hi.
way. Oh, that's so cool. What's it like being cold all the time?
Exhausting. It's really exhausting.
I'd be so
You think
puffed
that you
out.
can get warm, but then you're not. You're just
But
always
you're
cold.
with Fire Nation. Why aren't you keeping her warm? Like, surely you guys could just like make some warmth around you. Like, wait, what are you guys doing?
Oh,
It's
why
a-
do you
it's
ask
a
Rob? I mean,
royalty
he's actually
thing.
kind of figured that out.
Wait, what?
But I mean, he kind of figured out the magic of warmness. But before we get too far into it, just before, like, as we're getting onto the bison, Oki does want to yell at Kurok to be like, thanks for everything. Also, we're going to the Southern Water Tribe. He'd like to see you there. And then just like a casual.
Heaney goes bright red and drops below the saddle of the bison and looks at you like shooting daggers. What the fuck, Oki?
Oh,
Kurok
how
sort
is
of
he
like
supposed to know if nobody tells him?
Kurok sort of gets a bit awkward. Goes,
Yeah.
Oh, Ahini is going with you. She like pokes her head up. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a bit of a journey. I thought maybe I'd go check out the south. If you wanted to meet me there, it'd be really cool. And then she starts like sinking down slowly. Yes, I would love that. I will finish my duties here, and then I will come and meet you at the Southern Water Tribe. I have been many years since I was last there. Could be fun. Yeah, it'll be great fun. Thanks, Kurok. Thanks, Oki. She sinks below the saddle. You just see her like cheeks bright red, and then she like pulls her like furs up around her and sinks into them. I shouldn't tell you anything. I've never learnt that lesson. She sits there.
Didn't.
Kurok, you can see, has a bit of a grin on his face as he like thinks through what was just said, and then like begins walking off down the docks with a bit of a spring in his step as he begins like heading
Oh, come
away.
on. I've made his day and you know it.
As he reaches the end of the dock, the dockmaster goes, "Is that you, Kurok?" Kurok sort of turns. He went that way. Just starts running. You see the dockmaster go, "Where's my other raft, Kurok?" As he begins chasing him down. He looks over and goes, "Oh, he might be dead soon."
We'll soon find out if he makes it to the Southern Tribe or
Nah,
not.
he's tough. He'll make it back. As the air nomads all board the Sky Bison, you sit down. Pion gets up in front, grabs the reins. Yip. Jiggles them. With that, a sudden flap of the tail, and Yon, the Sky Bison, just rises straight up. A wave pushing out from around him as he just literally lifts up. All of you are sort of thrown into the saddle quite bodily if you weren't holding on properly, as you find the wind whipping around your head, as with another flick of the tail, Yon begins turning and banking, rising up high above the clouds. Below you, you can see the Water Tribe. City, walls and canals, ever-shifting expanse of sea ice just beyond the borders. And in the far distance, you can see the temple, still sitting on top of the iceberg from where you left it. For a moment, you feel like you can see a flash of blue flame from the top of the temple. Only for a moment. Owl waves. Nice. I like that. That's cute. That's about right. And as the Sky Bison takes off and pushes through the cloud layer, the temple falls down below you and you see the ocean stretched out before you. Somewhere out there, 3 more spirits waiting to be discovered. That is the end of the session tonight. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We absolutely love you guys so much. Thank you, chat. I see you guys have been busy and getting really involved. We do have one point out by Shademan78 that Aquila turns out to be the ancestor of Unalaq. That is canon in my mind, 100%. That he is the great-grandfather of like Yukon, or the great-great-grandfather of Yukon, who then is the father of Unalaq and Amun, I think, from the Legend of Korra. Yeah, 100%. That was in my mind as legitimate. That was actually a thing. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. That's it for tonight, and that is the end of our Water Tribe saga, the little Water Tribe saga that the guys have currently been on. So now we're going to head into more of the Air Nomads, which I'm looking forward to. I think it's going to be lots and lots of fun. But until then, till next time, stay safe, stay well, and we will see you guys again later. Farewell, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
See you next time. Bye.